Ladies love the skin.
Ow.
Bring it a little bit closer. The good skin, that is. That's why having a proper skincare routine is very important, and you need to feel Lapeef. The process is so easy, just 4 steps. You got your daily face wash. That's going to clean your face up nice and right. You got your exfoliator scrub. That's going to open up your pores. You got your AM moisturizer with the SPM 20, which is going to protect you from the sun. You also got your PM moisturizer, which is going to make sure your skin is protected throughout the night. Tej has tons of reviews from dedicated customers across the world. I know I said a lot, but it's okay, because guess what? It comes with an instruction card to explain to you in detail what to do morning and night. And because Tej is a sponsor, they're offering my family 30% off along with a free gift. Just click that link that's in the description and feel the Tej.
I will say this. I think most people have a functioning level of emotional intelligence, but we are tested every single day. And when you're tested every single day, there are elements of emotional intelligence that you falter in. So, for instance, you may be self-aware, but you may lack empathy, you know what I mean, depending on who you encounter. You may be empathetic, but sometimes you just aren't self-aware when it's something that you like. If it's something that you strongly feel you're strong about, you may be lack the self-awareness to understand that you may be the problem in that situation because you're so headstrong on the fact that I know I'm right. I know I'm in this situation. I know I gotta be right. So I think we all have a functioning level of emotional intelligence, because if to be real, if we didn't, this world would be a much worse place. So we all have to function. But we are testing. I think there are elements of our emotional intelligence where we falter. You know, they're like, you know what I mean? We see it every day in these conversations where how do you get a group of men and a group of women to have a conversation on a panel, right? And somehow all the men understand each other. And then all the women understand each other. But we don't understand one another. And it's just nothing's crossing over. You know what I mean? I've seen that plenty of times on these panels where it's like, man, I know you ain't no way you can't tell me you don't understand where we're coming from. You know what I mean? And I think it took me being in the shop with my wife and hearing women's stories for me to finally understand, like, damn, hey, shit, sometimes we can do some fuck shit as men. But then that's what I try to get women to understand when we on these panels is like, hey, if you can understand that this happens to you in this aspect, and you have a whole bunch of lady friends and things like that can tell you that you go to, and they tell you all these stories. Don't you think that we have the same stories about women going through our minds? And that's where the empathy comes into play. Is that, okay, if I feel this about y'all, and you're telling me there's some things that we're doing wrong on our part, then that's where the empathy and everything really comes into play. But most of the time we falter. It's easy to take sides. It's easy to be self-absorbed. It's easy to not regulate your emotions. It's easy to not be empathetic. It's, you know what I mean? And sometimes it's hard, but that's the things we're trying to do on these panels, man. We're trying to come to an understanding. But to Marcus' point, regarding patience, I also believe that we all have a degree of patience. But also, to Marcus' point, we have a point where we're no longer patient. There's a point where you get to it, because all of us dealt with somebody that we were extremely patient with, and it didn't push us over the edge, but we were patient enough with their trauma, their problem. Because the thing is, first of all, we're Black. So we understand that we both come from some level of traumas, you know what I mean? Some type of traumas or some type of historical context that gives us the understanding that, hey, look, I understand you may not be where exactly you're supposed to be at. So we give each other, but there's a certain level of patience that where our patience wear thin, and that goes on both sides. So I'm in agreement with you there. I think there's some people out there, and those people do tend to get left alone. You have no choice but to either be by yourself or with somebody that's just as toxic as you. Because the reality is, any normal person won't deal with you, even if they do have patience. And they may not have so much patience, but they have enough patience to deal with the people that force them cross over that threshold.
Guys, listen up. As you get older, the best way to continue to look young, exuberant, and vibrant is to continue to take care of your skin. That's why I'm excited to have Teej Hanley as a sponsor of today's video. You heard me talk about them before, and you're going to continue to hear me talk about them because I believe in their products and the positive impact that they have on every man's life. Teej Hanley makes taking care of your skin so easy. They provide you with all the products you need and nothing that you don't. Every box comes with an instruction card that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. Lapeef family, I must admit, skincare wasn't always something I always focused on, but since I started using this system, I've seen improvements in the way my skin looks and feels. And you don't have to take my word for it. They have over 5,000 5-star reviews on their website from satisfied customers from around the world. I recommend you start with the level 1 system, which comes with all the basics: a daily face wash, an exfoliating scrub, an AM moisturizer, and a PM moisturizer. In addition to amazing skin, members of Teach Handling get tons of benefits, including at least 20% off retail price, the ability to customize your box, pause or cancel at any time, and free U.S. shipping. And because Teach Handling is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers a great deal. Just click that first link in the description and you'll get 30% off your first box plus the free gift. Seriously, that's an amazing deal. Even though it's too early, as I often say, it's never too late. Click that link and get started today. Maintaining your beard isn't just style, it's self-respect. A well-groomed beard boosts confidence and leaves a lasting impression. Elevate your look. Embrace the importance of beard care today.
Yes, baby. What happened?
What's going on, family? Welcome to Lapeef-ing Sundays. Just the crew, got Biles, Simone, country, share story to tell, heat release. So, Lapeef, y'all, welcome to Lapeef-ing Sundays. What's going on? How y'all doing?
Doing good. How y'all doing?
I'm good.
How y'all good people doing today?
Grateful for another day.
Waiting for another day.
I know that's right.
Another day in the paradise. I just dropped off. Who was that?
I think it's Biles.
Okay. Well, it's good to see you guys. Been happy Sunday. I know I spoke to a couple of you guys early on, and it seemed like we got an Arctic blast in most people's areas, except for Atlanta. I think Atlanta might be safe, according to Shan.
Just for now. It's cold at night, and it's a little bipolar. That's all.
Well, shout out to all my people in Chicago, because I know it's a little. That is. Shout out to my people in Chicago. So I heard it's like -8, -10, something along that way. So I think they might be experiencing some of the worst of the Arctic blast. Let me see. It might be.
Yeah, I missed that kind of weather, man.
You said you missed that weather?
Yeah, I missed that weather. I missed seasons.
Oh, okay. So it's always nice where you are?
It's not too cold, not too hot. You know, the temperature drop is not fun.
Okay. Well, I don't know, man. I got a little bit spoiled, so I'm kind of enjoying the warm weather because I thought I was going to like the cold, but when I experienced the cold again, I'm like, ooh, this is too cold. Too cold.
Where are you, JR?
I'm in Dallas.
Oh, Dallas.
So y'all didn't get that cold front come through?
Yeah. It's cold right now. It is cold, but Chicago is colder. So what I'm saying is that when I tell people it's cold, they say, well, it's not negative, and I had to do a comparisons, and I seen that negative. I'm like, yeah, so it's all equal. It's all equal.
What you call cold?
I think like 15 degrees is cold.
Yeah.
15 degrees is cold with a wind chill of 5. But when the temperature is negative and the wind chill is like -20, -30 below, I think that is colder. So we may be blessed to them, but I definitely know that both of us is blessed to you. Okay? So.
It's supposed to be like 19 degrees in Houston tomorrow or tonight. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I'm in Canada. So I'm in Toronto. It's really bad. It's -14, but it's in Celsius. So I don't know what it is in Fahrenheit.
Does anybody know that conversion? Anybody know that conversion right outside? Louise, I thought you knew that conversion. You over there yarning? You're doing a half yarn, half talking.
Luis had a late night, brothers. Y'all show him some grace.
Yeah, man. I would just drink some pickle juice, man. You'd be all good, man. Some pickle juice.
No, that's right.
You know, some sardine, you need something salty, man, and you know, it should be at the level set you. Always drink a bottle of water in between if you people that like to party. I don't party no more. I'm 56, so I can't party like I used to.
So yeah, what's 5 degrees Fahrenheit? Just perspective.
5 degrees. Oh, okay. Well, I guess you're in the same boat as us. Jay's not, but Jay's on another spectrum. He's talking about he missed the cold. So anybody says they missed the cold, I know they are nowhere near our temperature when they say that.
Nah, man. I miss seasons. Like if you say it's gonna be cold, like you know, you pack up your summer clothes and there's no more. Like I'm here in South Carolina and it's like it goes from 30 degrees to 80, 75 degrees. Like that's the temperature drop. So during the day it'll be 72. At night it'll be 32. Like that's too far of a drop off.
That's how it is in Houston.
I'd rather it be 20 and stay 20.
Does it snow?
That sounds crazy to me. I can't. There's a way I could look. You get a certain age, you don't want to deal with this cold weather. I promise you don't.
What you was asking, Brown?
No, I wanted to. Sorry, Fee. Hi, it's Fee.
Fee, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I wanted to know, does it snow in Texas like Houston? I think I saw one day, like 1 year, it did snow and everything was closed off. But it snowed like a little bit, like very little.
Well, we don't buy snow tires and stuff down here, so it usually just sleets a lot and it makes it look like snow and everything freezes, like the water, and the power lines break and then everybody's out of power. But yeah, if there's even like 1/8 of an inch of ice on the road, everything is closed.
I love that. Here, everything runs. Like you're coming to work, you're going to school. Yeah.
Well,
Not here.
blame it on your governor because he still hasn't got that power grid together yet. He's been about 4 or 5 years now. He's supposed to have that done, but
You know, I've been lucky, well, to be in the like in a 2-mile radius of a hospital in Texas. You never lose power.
well,
So
yeah, because
I learned not to move away from hospitals. So I live close to hospitals.
this reason why is because they're top priority. If the
Yep.
power does go out, they're the first priority. You know, hospitals, nursing homes, any immediate care places.
Yep.
So they're usually first priority. So that's the reason why. Yeah, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
What's going on, Balance, Mike? Man, echo. What's that?
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
Yeah, see, Balance look like she's in a warm weather state.
I'm in Georgia. It's still cold.
Where in Georgia are you, Balance?
I'm in Atlanta.
Oh, me too. Girl, it's 53 degrees out here. It's not cold.
That's cold weather to me.
That's what I was about to say. That was gonna be
I
my
get it.
question.
You're right. You're right.
You see what I'm talking about? You see what I'm talking about, Jay?
Let me go to all right, bragging.
That would be my question.
We did have one super chat that came in before the show started. Big at $11, $10 says, "Can we get a wellness check on Hink since the Bears lost? I'm worried about Big Bro." Yeah, we may have lost in playoffs, but I mean not playoffs, but season. We may be winning and picking up something. We're gonna go ahead and talk about the back ends. I know we can be all day, and we don't want to lose the ladies. Hit the like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Subscribe right now if you haven't already. I'm gonna go ahead and mute you in because you got that feedback. Shout out to all my green gang that's in there. Batman, AP accountability partner Dale Matthew, Joe Lee, Mixed BX87. Who else we got? Hink is in the chat, man. What's going on with Hink? We are coming in hot, so let's have some fun on this beautiful Sunday. There you go, Hink. A nice way to set the tone. I was trying to stall for Balance the first time, and then I stalling again a little bit. I guess we lost her, but go ahead and start the show. We'll just pick it up on the back end. You guys got time? We'll wait about a minute or two for Balance. If she okay, we'll go ahead and wait. There she is. Popped in. Okay, let's try this again. You good? Okay.
Sorry, I don't know. When I get a phone call, anyway, go ahead.
Do not disturb. like swipe down and okay. Yeah. Just kind of like long press. It'll give you some options on who to filter through. Then you go ahead and just allow them people. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Here we go, family. Here we go.
Yeah, so I had to choose myself. Because care of yourself is self-care. You gotta stand on business.
I thought that was hilarious, man. To kick the show off, man. But our first topic of this early afternoon for some folks, maybe later, depending on where you are, it is need versus feed. Need versus feed. I'm going to go ahead and play this clip.
What you have done, you are what you have overcome.
Yes, sir.
You know, and if I've overcome something in my life, which every step of the way is overcoming. That's what growth is.
Mm-hmm.
It is sustained change.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Sustained change. So if I just keep changing and changing, but I can't sustain it, I'm not growing.
Yeah.
But you know, once I'm in my size now, I mean, I can't go back down to 5'7".
Yeah.
I used to be there, but I can't. Yeah. So I'm at a sustained growth.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have to have people around you that help to sustain that growth.
Yeah.
Always on different levels. There are people that we feed, and then there are people that we need.
Yes, sir.
And most of the time, people get off balance because they spend all of their time with people who need them and not enough time with people who feed them. That's the real key. Who feeds you?
All right, let's get into it, man. Who feeds you? Need versus feed. I'm going to go ahead and start with you first, Louise. What are your thoughts about that? What comes to mind, sir? You know, mute your seat.
Need versus feed. Wow, that's a good one. I would say that it's good to be needed. At least people see your value, your inherent value, right? But I think that, you know, too much is given, much is owed. People are constantly removing from your cup and not pouring back in. At some point, you're going to hit a certain plateau, right? I think that when you're around wise counsel, you know, whether you're a man or woman, you know, people that are in your community that feed into you, right? They, you know, give you ideas, they praise you, they you know, let you know when you're wrong, right? But they're course correcting you for the betterment, for your personal growth. And I understand like that we're sort of in the season of selfishness, as it's been kind of promoted in a way where people are like, you know, all about them, consumed with themselves. And some people are on their journey. But when that happens, they're expecting people to feed them all the time, right? So I look at it from that standpoint where people are constantly want that validation, that intention, that feedback, that constant close proximity, right? And sometimes they don't want to be needed. And there's the opposite where there's people that feel like they want to be needed, whether it's in whatever capacity it may be in their life. But, you know, not enough people feed into them, not enough people pour into them, right? Or spend time with them enough. You know, people always complain about, oh, there isn't enough time in the day. And I'd be like, well, what time are you really starting your day at? You know what I'm saying? How are you prioritizing quality times with the people that are going to uplift you, you know, mentally, spiritually, etc., versus those that are constantly subtracting from you? And I think it's important to identify that very early because, you know, they always say we always have two wolves inside of us, and it depends on which one you are, depends on which one you feed. Are you?
All right. That video was only 59 seconds. I need to run it back. Run it back one more time. You good? Yeah, some people say yeah. I'm gonna go to Balance and then I'll run it back one more time. Go ahead, Balance.
I didn't really have anything to add to this video. I say you need balance in your life. You have to feed people and you have to also be fed. Like, I thought we all knew that, but please proceed.
Okay. So run it back, yeah. Yeah. No. Okay. It's mighty funny because as Balance said no, then everybody was saying yeah like this, and then when Balance said, I said run it back, everybody was like this. Go ahead, Cookie.
Okay, so I'm an educator, so I had to bring work into this. Personally, when I'm at work, I'm constantly feeding. So when I'm outside of work, I become not needy, but I would prefer to be I need, and that's when I'm a lot more soft. So the balance works out for me. But I agree with the man. I think he kind of over explained it a little bit, where it's very simple that you need balance in your life, to help others and to also make sure that you're taking care of yourself, whether it's by yourself or by someone else. So that's what I feel.
I I agree as well. Like as I when he was saying it reminded me of like how I am a mother to my daughter. Like I feed her, right? At the same time, I need some love too. Like I give her the love that she deserves, but at the same time, I need to have people around me who feeds into me, or yes, who feeds me. So nothing really much going on over there.
All right, go ahead, Jay.
I think it's a maturity thing. I think you identify like what your needs are and how you need to be fed, and you communicate that to other people that are surrounding you, or you build a surrounding of people that feed you in the way that you need to be fed. That's something I'm sure some of us had to learn. Some of us learned it early, some of us learned it later. I think the sooner that you learn it, the better off you'll be, because you could be the type of person that all you do is feed people, and you'll be starving. And once you look around and all these people have ascended and you're left starving, and if they don't reciprocate the same way, like, it hurts. You know, I've kind of been in that way where I was like burnt out to where I had to wipe everybody out. Like, I'm gonna feed myself. My phone don't work no more. I'm not answering no calls. Like, it's about me for these next 2 years, because I was burnt out on feeding.
Uh, I know Luis did say it's a selfish season, so I guess Jay just proved that point.
I know y'all heard Fabulous drop, Freestyle Friday, Selfish. I know
Yeah.
y'all heard that last week.
Yeah, I heard that.
Y'all should go check that out. It's a dope
Yeah,
track.
wish you could play it. So Jay, is there anybody currently in your life that feeds you?
Damn, that's a good question, man. Nah.
I was about to say, if you have to think that long, probably not.
Yeah. Not at this moment, but it's my fault. You know what I mean? It's my fault.
That's all right. Your time coming, Jay. Your time coming, big brother.
Yeah, I think I kind of pushed it. I'm on the tail end of when I pushed everybody away. So, dipping my toe back in slowly but surely, starting to answer phone calls, starting to return emails, texts, etc.
I know y'all spoke about balance. So if it is about balance, then like why are you cutting people off? Like can't you simultaneously still make the adjustment while still having a balance instead of cutting everybody off?
I think you have to identify if you're the type of person that does too much or tries to overcorrect things that are not meant for you to. That's not your job. You know what I mean? You're not Ayanla, yo. It's not your job to fix people's lives. You know what I'm saying? So if you're that type of person, then you got an issue that you need to work out for yourself. So I think I was that type of person, and I was sitting here trying to do jobs that I didn't have the tools to do. Like, I can't fix your life, yo. God can.
I think that might have been one of those times, like the girls did earlier, say, mm. Yeah, there you go. Go ahead, Hank. What are your thoughts about it, sir? Need versus feed.
Well, look, I don't even believe in this need versus feed. I guess I mean because you know, there was a wise philosopher. Her name is Patti LaBelle, and she has a song called "Love, Need, and Want You." You know, I live by that song. I mean, you know, I'm about to make it my lady's ringtone just now that I think about it, because the person who needs me also feeds me. So it doesn't matter what everybody else is doing, as long as she feeds me. As long as the woman who I'm blessed with my last name is making sure I'm fed, not only with a good meal as far as some nourishment, but she's feeding me, you know, physically and mentally and emotionally. You know what I'm saying? And as long as there's a need for me to be there with her, and there's a need for her to be with me, we good. Now, for anybody else, I expect y'all to have my ribs touching, because I don't expect y'all to feed me, because it's not for y'all job to do that, right? It's not y'all job. I shouldn't look for y'all to do that. Now, I'm going to bless you because I got knowledge, but I'm not out here looking for, you know, my man Jay to bless me and feed me with knowledge, and I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for Mrs. Hink. You understand what I'm saying?
He turned everything into a relationship show.
I mean, man, when I think about this, that's what I think about. Right on.
Okay.
Right on.
Go ahead, Shan.
Love. Oh, I love that.
Y'all loving me last. But you know what? I think that this is my issue because I'm not balanced. I like what you said, balanced, but that's not me. I am. I find myself very catering. I'm pleased by pleasing other people, and so when I look back, I don't get fed a lot, and I don't know if it's just my comfort zone. I'm just a giver like that. I don't know. I've never been a selfish person. I'm a selfless person. That's how I've been all my life. I can't take things from people. If you give me something, I'm gonna try to give you something more. Maybe not the same type of thing, but something more. So it's just really weird how I think, how I move, and I get satisfaction from that. Like my sister lives in my basement because she needed me. When people need money or something, they call me.
What?
Yeah.
So like, do you call when you need somebody? Like, do you have somebody that you can call?
Even if I needed something, I wouldn't ask.
Ma'am.
I'll just make it happen. That's just how I am. I don't know why I'm that way. It's just.
But you're gonna like.
There's something about me. Like if you give me something, if I say something and you just give it to me, that's different. But I've never come out the mouth and said, "Can you," like, to ask for something. I don't even feel comfortable doing that for some strange reason. I'll just make it happen, if that makes sense. And I've been with people, the guys in my life, I would consider to be pretty decent places, and if even that feels uncomfortable, you know, like the person who, let's just say that wife, you know, who stays at home, let's just say she has a nanny and she has a maid, I would feel uncomfortable because I'm like, well, what am I here for? I don't know why. I just have to be doing something. It's so weird. I don't know. I know I'm not the norm.
Like, do you have trust issues, like trusting things?
Possibly.
With things, with people, you know? I don't know.
Possibly.
I'm 41. Once upon a time, I don't know how you.
What?
Yeah, I know.
I know. Like, ma'am. Oh, sorry.
I used to be like that. When I was younger. But I realized that was prideful, and that I do enough feeding to receive. So that goes back to the balance for me. So I understand where you are. Would you consider yourself a people pleaser? Okay, I was just.
Okay, so no, I don't please everybody. I'm very particular about who I please. Let's just put that. Some people gonna be looking like, what is she talking about? No. So the people I love, the people who are a part of what I would consider my village, I cater to. I don't just cater to a stranger off of the street. I don't cater to people I don't know. But when it comes to people that are in my circle, my friends, I'm gonna always answer the phone. I'm gonna always be there for you. If you need something, I'm there for you. As far as my family is concerned, I'm there for you. As far as my lover is concerned, I'm very catering. I'm very, that's just how I am. I know some people like, oh, that's how I'm raised. My mom was the same way. And so that's just,
Yeah.
So all those people
don't worry about it. Your time is coming. Your time is coming.
So all those people that you feed, you don't feel like that at any time that you needed some, you're comfortable feeding them, but not receiving from them?
I do think that they would, but I give them an opportunity because I'll never ask. Does that make sense?
I got you.
So I do believe that they will reciprocate what I'm giving. However, because you might be right, maybe pride or something. I don't know. I just won't ask. I'll just do it myself. I'll get it done. It'll be done.
That's a problem, yo.
It is a problem because I do need
I have to go to therapy. I didn't understand though, but
maybe this conversation was for me because I, listening to it, and even though he was redundant, I understood what he was saying because I have a problem with that. You guys seem to have it all together. I don't in that area. So I do need to balance it out. I do need to be a little bit more selfish sometimes with my time and what I do and all of those types of things. For right now, I'm just trying to figure that out. So
it's like I could change my tire, but if my tire blows out, I'm calling a man.
Now I can't change my tire, nor would I ever change my tire, but I'll call help, but I'll pay for the help. So it's not like, and even that, I don't like to inconvenience people. So.
I got you, sis. It's okay. I get it.
Like, for instance, like I was dealing with somebody who I would say was like that, like what you just explained. And I was there. I was part of their, village, so to speak. And my thing is, you'll wait till there are no options, because you're so eager to do everything for yourself. Like you could literally be drowning and you will come to me when I have no other option but to help you. It's like help or die. You understand what I'm saying? Whereas we need to be like, yo, a few months from now, things may be a little tight or this situation may happen. Do you think you may be able to help me if that arises? That way you're preparing people instead of going through all of these changes to do it for yourself when it's probably impossible for you to do it for yourself for whatever reason. But, that would put people in a bind in your village. Everybody could be willing to help. But then, so say if they don't help and then you're left shorthanded, you'll look at them like, well, damn, I help all these people. And this time when I really needed something, they were unable to help. They probably weren't able to help because it was something that you sprung on them because there were no other options versus saying, yo, I may need help. Not right now, but I may need some help. So just, look out for
Jay, I got a follow-up question. So let's say that person comes to you 5 times in 1 month. As long as they come early enough ahead of time, are you okay with that?
If you give me a heads up, I can let you know whether I can do it or not, instead of you having literally like a gun to my head saying, yo, if you don't do this favor for me, I'm on the street, or my car's on a flatbed, or, whatever your dire situation may be.
So it wouldn't be a part of you to say, you came to me this your 3rd time. Are you even trying?
Absolutely. We would have a bigger conversation. Like I've had to have those conversations where, I straight start busting down somebody's monthly income and, okay, what do you give me your monthly spending? Everything, whether you blowing trees, whether you buying, I want all your monthly spending. Then we're going to take what you're bringing in. We breaking all this down to figure out why this is happening. So yes, you're right. I would help, give me a heads up. But if I notice it's a pattern, there's a bigger conversation to be had. Well, you're bringing in 6,000, but your outcome, but what you're giving away is 7,500. We got a problem here. Something got to go.
I like that, Jay. You just help somebody, man. Because
Debt
if
to
you would,
income ratio.
yeah, like if you wouldn't have said that, people would have been just asking and asking and asking. Well, Jay said on Lapeef Sunday, all they got to do is just come ahead of time and just communicate that, and everything's going to be okay. Jay is saying, yeah, you can do that. That's going to help me out, but I'm not going to keep allowing you to think that this is going to be your out. You're going to have to empower yourself, enable yourself, your whole being healthy, just like I am. I go out and get it every day. So what's stopping you? Let's see if we can, maybe you don't really understand how money works, or, how this, debt to income ratio works, how this spending. We're going to fix it all. We're going to fix it all. So I think that's a good segue to go ahead and keep it moving, man. I appreciate you guys on that. Were you good, Balance? We good? We doing good? Okay.
I had so many thoughts when Sharon was talking. I was like, is she an enabler? I was going to ask her 30 follow-up questions, but then I was like, I'm going to shut up today.
So this is the thing. I don't do enabling. That's a totally different thing. What I find is when I'm in a relationship and he has things going on, like I've been in good relationships to the point where they're not, when I say needy, I'm not like paying a person's bill. Like I would never do that.
Oh, really?
But needy as in I pour into people in other ways. Like I'll help you with this, I'll help you with that. And I'll never do anything for myself. That's what I mean by I'm always feeding, but I don't get fed. These aren't people just like struggling and I'm just, pulling. Now my family, that's different. They could. But maybe I'm enabling them. But that's about it.
I think they're the worst ones, right? Yeah, because they're the ones.
Yeah, it depends on who we're talking.
They're the ones that find shit that do it with ease.
You can see her gritting her teeth. And the laugh, that was pissed off laughter.
You gotta learn to understand the power of no. So hopefully you understand that today. Got to find somebody might have asked you something already, and you already committed to it.
Yeah.
But it's some things, man.
Shane, we're here for you. We're here for you, sis.
I don't think you can't expect yourself in someone else. I think that's where you're gonna find disappointment, right? Like, no one can beat that. Whatever you're doing, unless they can beat whatever you're doing, then it's worth a try. But
I don't even want them to, though. That's the thing. What you guys are missing is I find satisfaction in please. The people I want to, that I love, I find satisfaction in that. It's just who I am. So I mean,
I got one more follow-up question.
Servicing. Sorry, go ahead.
All right, this is the last one, and we got to move on. Go ahead.
Okay, sorry, Jared. Okay, so maybe I agree with Fee with the therapy part, but I also feel like, are you afraid of rejection from people? Maybe
no,
they'll say no.
No, ma'am. It's just a pride. I think that you hit it. Whoever said the pride, I think
that's me. I just had so many questions as to why you would be so selfless, I guess, without making sure you're okay. That could be dangerous.
Well, I'm gonna always be okay, but the problem is, obviously, if I ever come to a place where I can't do it myself, it's just above what I can do. Then but fortunately, I haven't gotten to that place as of yet. Now there may be things I don't want to do, but then I'll just do them, Or if I feel like I've been so fortunate in so many different areas. So it's very slim that I just need somebody, but I do find that people need me because they're not as fortunate in areas that I have been fortunate in. So if I find myself in places where I'm just giving, does that make sense?
Okay, so she ain't got bread. She good.
Yeah, she good. Man.
I just do.
I think we all have a way of showing love to people. Like for me, I love affection. Like I love physical touch, right? I know, we can tell, but for her, I think she likes to service. Like she likes the acts of service for other people, right? So you can't blame her for that. That's just who she is. She's a good person.
We're gonna take a moment of silence right now. Shan, just go ahead and make that call and just tell them I can't do it. I can't do it. So just go ahead and mute up. Go ahead and place the call right now. And just, you got to say it like that. Like, I know what I said earlier. I can't do it. I can't.
But I know I am, so it's okay.
No, I just go to call. Trust me, it's gonna take a load up off of you.
You know, God made me this way. I'm sure He did it for a reason. So
Well, He might not have done it today. It might not have meant to happen today. I mean, it's easy said than done, but just try it. And then if He tells you to go back and call back, then you go ahead and call
I'm
back.
not really doing anything else today, so I don't mind.
Balancing screen is cracking me up. I'm sorry.
No is my favorite word. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now. So, I have a lot to say, but I'm gonna leave it alone because.
Say it. This is the best place to say. You might as well say it now.
I don't want her to feel like I'm psychoanalyzing her, because I was going to ask her if she's a martyr, like why she wants to do this. I'm just going to go on and on and on. And it's a savior complex thing that people have. And yes, it's good to help people, but you don't have to go overboard. You have to have balance to things. So I'm like, let me just shut up, because I know.
Well, you know,
left.
So let me just say this. I am a lot like, I can't see the name because I can't, I don't have my glasses on. But the teacher, I also I do service for a living. It's just who I am. Some people are servers, some people are just not. And it just so happens that I am a server. I find great. I'm not going to be like everybody else. I'm pretty sure there's somebody else out there just like me. But again, only 2 people I love. This is not a community thing. This is not my next door neighbor can come grab something from me. No. This is my family members and people who are in my social circle who I love.
All right, there you
Yeah,
go.
so I had to choose myself. Because care of yourself is self-care.
You got to stand on business.
Hey, Shan, I can see you in your circle group like that. You and your little clique. I can see y'all doing that.
You know what is interesting about that video? It's a lot of buzzwords, right? Like standing on business, self-care, be righteous, whatever the case may be. There are a ton of buzzwords that they'll drop in that video, but they won't show you the roadmap of how to perform self-care, how to create healthy boundaries, how to, adhere to said principles, right? They don't show you the like, this is how I did it and this is how I started. And these are the things that I do every day to make sure that I keep myself in check, that I ensure that I keep certain healthy boundaries with the people that I love.
And stay off. That's my account. Give it here. I'm sorry, y'all.
Sorry.
Hey, man, I thought you were supposed to be giving out love. You ain't giving out no love. That ain't love. What the hell is that, man?
Let me tell you this. So my sister has my account, and she's like looking at reels on my Instagram, but she's giving people messages from my Instagram. I'm like, ma'am, that is my account. Harding people's stuff, like, no.
Man, are you sure you're not commodity love? You don't give out commodity love?
we just heard her getting mad. Like, that's
I never said I don't get mad. I mean, especially my daughter. I raised my kids right, But look, we can't be sending DMs to people liking their stuff, and they think you just no, man, we don't do that. My village.
Let me go ahead and get to these super chats real quickly. If you guys haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel right now if you haven't. Also, go ahead and click that link that's pinned to the top of the chat and go ahead and get your Assure Man, Lapeef Sugar Curls King on top. If you guys are wondering why my beard looks amazing, that's why. That's why I click that link that's pinned to the top of the chat. I'm pretty sure I got the best beard on the market.
Ow, put it out.
You go. Maintaining your beard isn't just style, it's self-respect. A well-grown beard boosts confidence and leaves a lasting impression. Elevate your look. Embrace the importance of beard care today. That's big at 11. Oh, we did that one already. Shout out to Eric, man. The big bucks, man. Let's get my air horns going. $49.99 super sticker. Appreciate you, sir, for that. Dale Matthew gifted 5 Lapeef memberships. Shout out to you, Dale Matthew. Go ahead and make sure you guys accept those memberships. And welcome to Green Gang. With that being said, let me go ahead. Let me send this link right quick. Y'all doing good? We having a good show? Good, safe show? Okay. You can tell that the show is going good. Just look at Balance expressions. As she starts to go off cam, then it means it's getting a little bit too raunchy. So we want to make sure that we stay above that threshold. We want to stay in the green. Once we start hitting yellow, then you'll know. But she will let it be known. All right. Give me 1 second. Find the Sweeney. Sweeney want to come up, so I'm gonna shoot him the link real quick. All right. What else we got going on?
Let him know it's not Thursday, though, please. Let him know it is Sunday.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Sweeney, cool. Sweeney's very intelligent, man. He's one of us. He's safe. Moving on to our next topic. Our next topic is, I feel like there's too much going on the screen. You scoot back a little bit. If you sit too close on the screen, you're looking all the way over here. Just one screen. So let me just put everything into focus. Y'all got to bear with me. I'm 56. My vision ain't the same no more. Ever since I turned 40, it's just I got to put things back far. Well, not yet. Not yet. I'm not a candidate for the surgery, so I tried, though. I should have went earlier back in the day.
You say you're gonna come to Canada for the surgery?
I said I'm not a candidate.
Oh.
Yeah, I tried to see if I can get the surgery. I wanted to wake up. I wanted to be able to dive in the water with no contacts, but it don't look like it's gonna happen. So I'll be having some goggles on, some thick ass goggles on every time.
That's so.
Yeah, it's a real thing, man. When you wear contacts, you got to factor in everything. When it's too windy outside, you got your eyes just squinting. Make sure no dust get in your eye because you don't want one of those episodes with something getting in your eye.
Just wear the glasses. Like, why? You don't have to wear contacts. It's just, it's okay.
Glasses are in right now.
Glasses are in. Yeah.
Yeah, they in, but if you got a greasy nose, then it's just, I don't know. Something happened here, then the oil get in your eye and it start burning. There's just a lot of things. When you're 56, man, everything start to irritate you. Everything. That music, damn young kids, sagging their goddamn pants, all that stuff start to irritate you.
Wait a minute. How old are you, JR?
56.
He's not 56.
He is not.
He's lying.
So do you color the beard? Hey,
Yeah.
how old are you?
Yeah. If I didn't color my beard, I'd be sitting there looking like Humble Dad.
I'm 48.
Oh, okay. So you don't color the beard?
No.
It just naturally, perfectly, position, the two gray spots.
Yeah.
Right? Wow. That's cool.
I don't never
Yeah.
gave you 56.
I'm telling you that you got to get that Teej, man. That Teej work. And I also got the roller, too. But the key is I put my roller inside the freezer, and then I do it right before night. So you got to go in the outward motion.
Absolutely.
You got to do your nose,
right.
You got to do your nose too, and do the back of your hands. That's how you can tell somebody's age is the back of their hands. Back of their hands be so damn wrinkled. You'll see they be all dead up here, but look at them hands. It'll tell you everything you need
This
to know.
man listen to his wife.
Hands don't lie.
Hands and that neck. You got to get that neck right.
Yeah. I'll tell you everything. So yeah, people, men, go ahead and get that roller too.
King got us
that marble roller. It feels good too.
Some wrinkles, man, and
yeah,
we're all good, man.
Thank you.
Bar top. Yes, it's great.
Try to tighten up that forehead.
I've
Stop
been working
smiling.
for about 48 years. I've been working on this beard for about 48 years.
JR said he tightened up his forehead.
All his life.
Yeah. Gotta take it serious. It's a little bit easier for us, man. But I do know the lighter you are, you do have a little bit more work to do. But
that's why I go out and I try to get darker.
It's the truth. It's like the lighter you are, yeah. early on, it's a plus, but when you get older, it's like,
Yeah, my mixed friend right now is like, you look so much younger than me. I was like, girl, you're mixed.
So, I mean, everything got its pros and cons, man. So just be thankful you woke up. That's the main thing. But go and get you that roller, put it in the freezer. Put it in the freezer, and then like whenever you use your whatever you use on your face, just go ahead and roll it out, man. Outward, roll everything out. Give your neck, just roll out, away. Yeah, and start here and go up your nose. Yeah. I'm sure Balance got some natural ingredients too that we can use. Yeah.
Avocado and cucumber.
That's not
All
bad.
right.
And
You talking
water.
about you talking about the cream or the actual food to eat?
You turn the food into cream.
Both? Yeah.
Rice water is so good too. If you put rice, I mean, I drink
Rice
it.
water is amazing.
Rice water?
Brown rice water. It's great.
That's good too.
Y'all got to put in the
God,
back.
my hair is so thick right now.
That's good.
Okay, well maybe it help me grow my hair back. So put that in the back chat. I'm going to add that to my resume. Come back with a Bruno Mars.
I make them, so I'll send me your address. I'll send you bottles.
Okay.
Wait, you make it?
Yeah.
For how much?
I'll send it back chat. I'll back chat you.
Okay.
So it's not expensive, like $15 for like a nice big bottle, and just
I think I'm doing it wrong, but it works still, though. I know.
That's right. Some good networking. Hey, JR, some good networking. That's what it's all about, brother. Black folks networking.
Sweeney.
What's up, Sweeney?
I have to put out a disclaimer out there. Balance wants you to know that it's not Thursday.
Oh no, I know how to adapt.
All right, so just
what
bring
that means?
Just bring like rice water rhetoric today, Sweeney. Some rice water rhetoric today, and we should be fine.
Oh no, I like this vibe. I like this.
Yeah, see, Balance. And you used to think Sweeney liked the chaos.
Look at that look. Look at that look.
No, seriously.
But the cat already knew about you, Sweeney. They're like, oh boy, Sweeney.
Yeah, you know what that means? That means you can't bring no Thursday energy over here, brother.
No, actually, I wanted to say I truly understand where Shan was coming from when she was talking about her. Like, I feel like she's one of those people that have a very giving nature, and she has an abundance, and she doesn't need for a lot. And when you couple that with somebody who has a very giving nature, you get a Shan.
Look here, our time's coming. Shan's time's coming. Our time's coming.
So she don't need no therapy, man. She happy with what she does.
We ain't talking about therapy. I'm talking about trying to find her a good man now.
Oh, that's definitely coming.
Sweet.
But I think when you're so loving like that, you like open yourself up to more hurt, right? So it's like you have more. I don't know. I'm scared for you. Please, I'm gonna pray for you every day.
I know that's right. Lay hands on her. Lay hands on her. I know that's right.
We're going to dive into this topic right here. Love is becoming the right person. They say love is becoming the right person. Stream out always do this dumb stuff. Excuse me 1 second. Love. Here we go.
One of the biggest mistakes that you can make in life.
If you believe love is finding the right person, when actually love is becoming the right person. You want to become the type of person you would spend the rest of your life with. And then that person will be attracted to you.
Where is he at?
You guys think this is true? Love is becoming the right person? Anybody can chime in. You're on mute, Louise, if you are saying something. I don't know if you're on the phone or you talking to us. You ain't talking to us? Oh, okay.
I was just thinking to myself out loud.
Oh, okay. Love is becoming the right person. Is this true?
I think that makes sense because nothing is truly going to work if you don't love yourself. A lot of times you try to find it in other people. You try to allow other people to be your happiness, and it doesn't work that way. I think you have to be that to draw that, you know. So I would agree with that. I would agree with that.
I mean,
Yeah.
most people don't even ask themselves, you know, am I someone, would I want to date myself? Am I somebody who is tolerable? Am I somebody who I want to be around? You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people want these attributes from other people, but they're not even the type of person that they even want to spend time with themselves, right? And so that's very important to kind of identify. I was kind of thinking to myself out loud, is love becoming the right person? And I agree with the sentiment that Jay said, but I think that before you kind of get there, there are a lot of other steps that people need to kind of go through these hurdles, right? Because there are people in that love on other people very hard because there's been a form of neglect and emptiness that they received throughout their life, or a moment in their life that they themselves have not been fulfilled, and sort of they kind of express themselves externally, right? And sort of it's almost like that syndrome where you see a woman that's like she's like a dime, but she doesn't see herself that way. Everybody else sees her that way, but she herself does not perceive herself in that fashion. And sort of that's very important for that person to kind of understand that about them and also love on themselves as well.
I agree. I've been single for 4 years, and I think during that 4 years, not because like a lot of people see it as a red flag. Like even now that I'm dating, when they ask, "Oh, how long have you been single?" I say 4 years. Like, oh, so like they feel like they have to find something negative to say. But for me, I choose not to be like I don't just be with anybody. Like I value myself so much and my peace so much. I love being by myself. I love it. So I know a lot of my friends, like some of my friends who just came out of a relationship, right away talking to somebody else, you know, like just there's something that's missing in them that they have to fulfill. So I mean, I agree. I agree. Love is becoming the right person. So right now I'm in my way of becoming the right person for the right person. So that's my little 2 cents.
I agree with Fee. I'm in the same situation kind of. I feel like because I've been single for a long time too, and it's not because I can't, clearly, you know what I'm saying? But uh but it's just sometimes you have to figure yourself out. I was always a relationship woman when I was growing up, or young woman, and I've been engaged once, and then I went through that, and I was just like, you know what, I'll just chill out and figure out who I am, and it's worked for me. So I believe in that wholeheartedly. Even at the age of 41, I'm like, it is what it is, or it ain't what it ain't.
I think the only scary thing about that is the amount of time that you take, because I definitely agree with being by yourself for a period of time in regards to dating. Because I mean, you see plenty of people hopping from relationship to relationship and trying to, and I think naturally the reason for the danger in that is you hop out of something substantial and then jump into something, and then you try to, in a short period of time, make that new situation what that past situation was. You know what I mean? You're trying to cram 3 years into 6 months. That's dangerous. I think, and like what Luis was saying, I agree. 75, I believe if you did a poll, 75% of people wouldn't date themselves. I think if you polled a bunch of these people, so many people like can't stand themselves. That's why they need someone to direct the attention away from what you actually are when you look in the mirror. It's like, got this great guy, or I got this great girl. They're amazing. Takes attention away from you being the opposite. So I have to stand next to somebody. You know, if you did a poll, you would probably find out so many people don't want to be by themselves.
JR, is HR here today?
Um,
So
he's
I
not
can
on.
safely say what I'm gonna say.
Well, he's not on site, but there's a hotline. So if you do need to call the hotline at any given time, then
Okay, because last time I said something like this, I literally got called a hyena. But anyway, I love myself, and that's one thing that I think people misunderstand about people that are alone. It isn't that we're able to be alone because we actually love ourselves. Like I love me, you know what I'm saying? So that's never been a problem for me. That 75% seems high, and it makes me kind of sad because I live in this world and I had my two parents and they loved each other and I had this nice life. And I think maybe I was a little being on the internet for almost a year now, I feel like maybe I was a little sheltered with love and what it's supposed to be, because there's a lot of angry people out here that don't like themselves, and that's scary to me. But I can't relate to it.
I think
So I don't try to.
I think there's a difference. I think there's a difference between loving yourself and being willing to date yourself.
I would absolutely date me. I was trying not to go there because last time,
Oh, I
yeah.
mean, I, so what I found interesting, and with the and kind of the ladies kind of alluded to it as well, was when the guy said that you have to become the right person, and the lady immediately responded, "Well, where is he at?" And I can't fee and y'all kind of alluded to the same thing where y'all were like, "Well, I'm good." So where is he at? Because basically, you was like,
Absolutely not, sir. Don't put words in my mouth,
I
Simone.
said, that's why I use the word alluded. That's why I use the word alluded. I'm
No,
not trying to
we
put words.
ain't. No, we're
I use the
good.
word alluded. But
I think, okay, sorry, I'm gonna let you finish. But I think because I don't want to be not ready for the right, like for the person. Why am I gonna do somebody a disservice by coming to them when I'm not even ready to be like fully? I don't even know myself yet. A lot of people don't even know themselves, and they want to go and bring this like empty vessel to another person in a relationship, thinking that they're gonna learn something new or something better, something to better them, right? So I mean, for me, I don't want to do that. I want to be like, I have a child as well. So sometimes a lot of women have children now. Like at this age, a lot of women have children. So they have to think about who they're dating. They can't just because they're, single for 4 years or more. I'm seeing a lot of women who've been single for a longer time. Doesn't mean that something is wrong with them per se, right? It's not, or they're saying, oh, where's the man at? I want him to come sweep me off my feet. No, it's just that, hey, God, like they're not trusting God, or they're trusting God. People like me, women like me, are trusting God to make his way. Okay, God is going to send me the right person. But for right now, let me just be a good person for God, like have a relationship with God. A lot of people don't have a relationship with God. So that is why anyway.
Which actually leads me to my thought where I was actually going with it was, so if you haven't found the right person and they haven't come to you or they haven't revealed themselves to you, then if you believe, this is only under the assumption that you believe what this guy just said about becoming the right person, if you want to get the right person, for as far as love, then are you suggesting or that you are not the right person, at least for the time being?
Yes, I'm not the right I'm not the right person.
No, I'm just single because I don't go outside. It's simple for me.
But wouldn't that still make you the wrong person?
I guess so, maybe in somebody's eyes. If I don't go outside, am I the wrong person? But I know I'm a good person. But not going outside makes me the wrong person.
Well, I mean, I would assume that if you are avoiding human interaction to that level, right? You're not interacting with people. You're not interacting with men of the opposite sex. Then how could you know that you're the right person for a relationship?
I'm interacting, but not to the point where I'm dating.
Right. So, but there's a difference between interacting with somebody, like us having a conversation, like you're interacting with me, and then interacting with someone for a relationship.
Right.
Hey, sweetie, I'm gonna kind of tell you something that came up, which I know we had these conversations all the time, right, about people, but sometimes you just gotta respect people's honesty to who they are. Because if we really think about it, there's a lot of people that are getting married and hopping in relationships, and they are getting divorced because they are ignoring red flags, or they are willing to accept something that they knew wouldn't work. So if hypothetically, let's just say that Cookie did go outside and she knows that she's not ready, then I think that may be a better outcome than her getting into a relationship and then wasting people's time and then it don't amount to anything. So some things you just can't force.
Oh no, that's what I was saying was that if we can take what that guy said as facts about not loving, love is becoming the right person, then if you have not gotten that right person, then on a balance of probability, then you may not be the right person in that moment, regardless of what your reason may be.
I get that, but I'm busy.
No, but also too, Sweeney, there's a lot of people, like, let's not be dismissive of the fact that there are amazing people out here that people could align with, and they share similar values, and they're in close proximity or community, right? And they pass each other all the time in certain spaces of interest, or even around similar people with either their community or circle, etc., and they pass each other. They're compatible on every front, right? But that opportunity to cross each other or have that introduction does not happen at a high rate that we think, because you know what I'm saying? Because if people are out here really trying, right, then they shouldn't be missing, because they have to be crossing with people that are compatible with them on a lot of fronts, right? You know, socioeconomics, background, you know, family values, etc. I just think that there is a portion of it that people are just missing each other, and there's another portion that people, they see who it could be a great fit for them, but they elect not to entertain them because they might not meet one or two metrics that they might prefer, right? Like, these are other factors that come into play when people are making decisions about whether engaging with someone or not.
I think this kind of goes back to something that was said on King Talk, where the guy said that everybody's a protagonist in their own story in their life, right? In other words, everybody thinks they're everybody thinks they're the hero in their own story. So even if because basically what he just said, that lady said, well, where is he at? In her mind, she's saying, I'm the person, I'm the right person, I'm exactly who I'm supposed to be. Where's the man at? And I think that's where a lot of us get wrong, is that we all think that we're the perfect person, the right person for this. And the only problem in our situation right now is that the other person has not met us yet, or they have not come into our life, or they have not met a certain expectation or whatever. And that's why I think that's why I said, if we're going to take what that guy said at face value, then if you don't have the right person, then you're not the right person.
Sweeney,
No, but we just might not be looking. That's a real possibility. It isn't that we don't. And me and Fee never said, where is he? That was
no.
never.
I'm not. That's why I said I wasn't talking about y'all.
Oh,
I was using
okay.
the lady as an example.
Okay.
I think
I keep telling these women their husband is in their DM right now.
I think also, like, it wasn't sorry, I lost my train of thought. My daughter just sorry.
I think Jay and Sham was trying to go ahead.
You go, Sham.
You know, and it's so funny. I just had this conversation with somebody, and this guy, great guy, and I asked him, not a guy I'm dating, but I asked him, why aren't you, you seem to like be a great guy. Why aren't you with somebody, right? He told me, he's like, actually, I had a great woman. I just wasn't ready for her at the time. It's men out here that's with a great woman. And I thought, that sounds kind of, and you're grown. This ain't no young dude. This dude is grown. And I'm thinking, so you just wasted her time? Like, how did that work out? He had nothing wrong to say with her. It was almost like he was going to give it to God. Somebody else is going to come along who's just like her. I'm not worried about it because I have all the time in the world, even though he's 50. Like, what? And there are guys like that. They get this great person in their lives. They've been blessed with this woman, and they like, oh, she was perfect, but I'm just not ready for her right now. So, and I'm like, at 50, what do you get?
That, though. I respect
That's exactly why I'm inside.
But I respect that
People be playing out here in Houston for sure. They play too many games.
At least he's like saying, no, I'm not ready. I'm not gonna go ruin somebody else's life. Even if he's 50, he could be 60 years old, but at least he's just like an old fart. Like he doesn't want to get
no, because in my opinion, if you think like that, you would have never gotten a relationship with her. You understand? So you just wasted her time, because if you're not ready a year in, you knew you weren't ready at the beginning of the relationship. So why did you have a long
Did he say that
time?
But did he say that he knew he wasn't ready, or did he discover that throughout? Because I don't know how long they've been together, how long they was together.
I wasn't in the conversation like that, but it was a dinner I was at a table and it was dinner, and we were talking about things, and I remember him saying that, and my question was like, well, why aren't you with her if she was perfect? And it almost seemed like he just took it for granted, and he's like, oh, somebody else is gonna come on just like that. And I'm like, you just think, sir, you're not. And he looks 50. He's not even like the salt and pepper. What's the crude? It's like,
great.
Yeah, he's not that dude. So I'm wondering, what are you doing here?
But also ask for the woman. Wait, how long were they together? I'm just trying to like.
He told me. Okay, I'm more than certain it was either a year ago or it was a year. I think he said he was in a relationship with this woman for a year.
For 1 year.
Yes. And so my question was, well, because I'm going to ask. Well, he wasn't even talking to me really. Well, why are
So what?
I mean, usually when somebody asking no type of questions.
You just popped.
So Shane, you was just ear hustling. You was just out here ear hustling.
Well, the conversation. So basically, it was a table. It's almost like you're at a table full of people, right? And the conversation comes up, and it's not necessarily to you, but to the table. But you're kind of interested, but not. But then they say something. You're like, wait, hold up. What did you just say?
Your ear was like,
bring that back.
Shane, so how about you, Shane? Just be honest. You was trying to ear hustle because you was interested in him, and that's okay.
Sir, he is not my type. And no, that's why I'm wondering how he fumbled somebody who was in love with him.
And see, that's the problem.
Go ahead,
Jay. 50 is that age where you should be above that. When we're younger and we're a little more fearless, we'll hop up in a cockpit and know damn well I'm not supposed to be flying this plane. Crash that into a wall. You young, you try stuff out. I'm not qualified for this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. When you're older, you need to know ahead of time before you waste people's time. Yo, she is wonderful, but I am not. So go be great. Because we don't have a lot of time to waste. You know what I mean?
So, my fault, Jay. Go ahead.
No, you good. You good.
No, I remember one Sunday show, right? I remember one Sunday show when we had the same type of conversation, but it was a woman. And y'all was okay with this woman wasting this goddamn man's time. Y'all don't know. She's trying to figure some stuff out. I didn't say all of y'all. I said some of y'all was okay with this woman trying to figure it out. But this man, he got to have his shit together. Maybe he's just trying to test the water. But look, you guess what he didn't do? He didn't string along for a long time. You said after a year. I don't think a year is a long time. I think it's about right to figure out if that's who I want to be with or not. And if for years' time I didn't figure it out, I got to get up out of there. So he did that. But I remember this young lady was up. She did about 3 to 4 years. And y'all was okay with that woman stringing this man along. I'm just saying.
I think I missed that episode.
Okay, sorry. No, go ahead. You want to go ahead?
No, I just said I think I missed that episode. I don't know what he's talking about. That
how y'all never do. Y'all never know what I'm talking about. And that's okay. That's okay.
But are we not asking, like, when we get into a relationship, are we not asking people like, hey, do you see marriage in your life? Like, what's the end goal here? Like,
Absolutely not.
Well, that's a question she should have been asking. Look, let me say this real fast. Those are the standards these women should have to have. If you are a woman who's looking to be married, you need to let that know in the forefront. If you don't let that know in the forefront, it's not that man's fault if he doesn't marry you, man. Don't try to come 5 years later. Well, I'm waiting for you to marry me or ask me. No, you should have let that know from the giddy up. And if you didn't let it know from the giddy up, we playing house. Whether you like it or not, we're going to play house. Now, if you let me know within a 3 to 4, 6 month span, on the, first 2 or 3 dates, yeah, I'm looking to get married. Marriage is my number one priority. Okay, now either we got to get in there and take it serious, or we need to get out soon as we can. If it's not what I'm looking for, I need to get away from you because that's not what I'm looking for. I'm not going to hold you, ma'am. I understand what you're looking for. I'm not looking for that. You need to find somebody else, and I need to find somebody else who's not looking for marriage. But if that's the case, and I'm playing house with you, I'm dead wrong as a man. But you as a woman, you ain't saying shit in the beginning, and we've been playing house for 5 years. All of a sudden, yeah, what do you think about getting married? No. Hell no. Hell no. I'm just saying.
So,
Shane. Hold on. Let's get Fee in, and then we come back to you. Go ahead, Fee. You want to say something?
No, yeah, I wanted to say, I've been also the part of me being single is because I have these questions, and I have vetted out so many people just by asking, hey, so what's your end goal? Like, what do you want to do? Like, is there marriage involved? Do you believe in marriage? Do you believe in God? How many kids do you want to have? Like, or do you want to have any kids at all? Like, these things I ask, like, obviously not right away. Like, I'm not trying to scare off the person, but like after, when we're talking, we're vetting each other, I ask these questions, and there's a lot of times that our values don't meet. Like how I see my life or how like my goals are not aligning. So I think we have to open up our throat chakra and just communicate a lot more, and we're not doing that.
Go ahead, Sweeney.
Yeah, because I know Shan has already pretty much gave us much detail she possibly could, because she said she don't know all the details regarding it. But I don't want to leave room for assumption, so I'm gonna ask: do you believe that the reason why he may have said that he's not ready was because she brought up marriage, and he may not actually want that type of relationship?
I don't think that's so that came up. So this is the thing. I didn't care that much to ask so deep into the question. He mentioned marriage, but I can't remember if he mentioned he wanted it at that time or he wants it now. So that's what I won't even speak on it because I can't remember which one it was, but he did mention marriage. I do know he wants marriage now. Now, did he want marriage when he was with her?
And I think that might have been because Hank had hit the nail right on the head when he said that a lot of times, if you don't mention it up front, if y'all are doing what he's okay with and what he's satisfied with, he doesn't feel the need to move from that until something changes. So for example, they may have been going really well for that first year until she may have said, hey, look, where are we going from here? And that's when he was like, yeah, I'm not ready for that.
But I think honestly, we know people. We can tell if people's ready for marriage, like by the way they act, the way they treat you. So like I can tell by going on a few dates that this person's really not looking for that. They just kind of like lay and dip, So you can tell. A lot of times we ignore these red flags, and then when we're ready now to confront these people about what we really want, and they don't want to give us that, that's when we get mad. So it's not really nobody else's fault but our own,
Okay. All right, we're gonna go ahead and transition to this topic. Let me see what we got going on here. I think I did Dale Matthews already, but dedicated to my children. Also gifted by Lapeef Network membership. Salute to you, sir, for that. Cookie back up in there. Enter Black Dragon $10 says the qualifications for sex are different than the qualifications for a relationship. Different than a wife or a husband. The vetting process takes place over the first 2 stages to qualify the highest status. I want to say thank you for that donation, sir. Hit the like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. It's very important for you to subscribe to the channel right now if you haven't already. Shout out to all my green gang. Link in the basement is in the chat. Clement Gray. Dale. Embrace the Grace. How you doing, miss? Torrance Moore. Mr. BX87. Shout out to everybody that's part of the Green Gang. If you want to go green, click that link that's in the description. Also, at the top right there, Assured Man, Sugar Curls, and Lapeef collab. So make sure you guys get your beard on point right now, ASAP. ASAP. Hey, Luis, you got your order, right? Okay.
It hasn't come in yet.
Okay.
Gotta go check the post office on Tuesday.
Okay. All right. Hank had some great things. You said it smelled good, right, Hank?
Oh yeah, speaking of that, my lady complimented me on it last night. You know, she said how well it smells, so she enjoyed it. Thank you, sir, and thank you, Sugar Curls, for the great product.
There you go. I promise you, Hank wasn't paid to say that. So that was organic. That was organic. Yeah,
that was on the house.
He got a great commercial voice. Like I'm starting to realize.
Oh, Hank.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate that.
Okay, let me go ahead and send a note to Sugar Girl to get him on a commercial. I actually got a commercial that I was filming last night. That's what I was doing too, Sweeney, when you see me. Yeah, I was working. It wasn't. Sometimes you bring fun and work together, man. But I had my tripod and had the camera going on, so I'm gonna work on that today, man. It's all about the experience, so I had to bring it to life.
You look like you was living it up, and I don't know if you was enjoying the game because it was kind of one-sided, but right on.
Oh yeah,
kicking it, man. I was like, dang, shoot, out there, you know you got to be kicking it. You willing to risk the negative 15-degree weather to be outside?
Nah, it was already pre-planned, man, and I wanted to go ahead and make sure I was able to get some content together, man. You had to do the grown man sexy scene, man. So I had to go ahead.
You was out there risking life and limb on them slick roads.
No, it wasn't slick, man. It's dry. It wasn't raining. It's dry. It's just cold. It's like Chicago. It's cold. It's like the perfect time. Now, if it was rain, I wouldn't have been out there. But it was cold, man. You still able to do 75, 80.
Oh, okay. The sleet stuff haven't hit yet?
I haven't seen no sleet. Have you seen sleet yet?
Sure, I haven't been outside. I haven't been outside since I got in the house from shop.
Like you've been in that back cave all the whole entire day.
Yep. I was like, I'm in the house for the weekend.
Yeah. But like, unlike who was that? Somebody said we outside. Somebody said we was outside early. Who was that? I don't know. My son about to work my nerves, man. He always hungry, man. He step a door?
That must be the cover. He ain't find nothing in the cover, JR.
What's going on, man? What's wrong?
He might re-up on them ramen noodles, brother.
Nah, he don't need like ramen noodles, man.
Oh man, my kids are jack some ramen noodles up, boy.
I can feed that to him, man. He'll yeah, there's a shrimp, some salmon.
He don't know nothing about the struggle, huh, JR?
I was about to say you should. That's so much sodium. You should feed the kids the ramen.
Some who? Oh, you talking about the ramen? Yeah, there's a lot of sodium. So some chicken pot pies too, y'all. But you know all the stuff they used to try to feed us, call it a meal, got a bunch of sodium in there. A whole bunch of sodium in there. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. I don't want to lose balance. I can tell balance got that look on her face already. So let me go ahead and get it going. I'm starting to get a little nervous. Hit that like button, family. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I want to go ahead and get to this. Sometimes a lack of discretion can mock the beauty he gave you. Bring discretion back. I am going to come to you first on this, balance, because I did see you like the video. You liked the video. And you also commented and said that I actually did a video on this. So I was trying to look for the video that you did, but I couldn't find it because I was going to use it as a source. I was going to give you credit and use it as a source. But this one brought up Proverbs 11:22. Maybe that might ring a bell. Proverbs 11:22. Like a gold ring in a pig's snout is a beautiful face on an empty head. The desires of good people led straight to the best, but wicked ambition ends in angry frustration. I'm going to go ahead and play the clip, but I did want to get that Proverbs 11:22, so feel free to go ahead and look that up. But I came across the video. It's the same video of this young lady. I had saw this video before it went viral where she talked about her I was gonna play that. Well, I'm gonna play this video. If y'all remember this video and y'all are familiar with who this lady is, because it just went viral, even though I seen it about a couple weeks ago. Here we go.
My husband was coming home for dinner. Dinner time is very important to us. One particular day, my husband was late, and I could feel myself getting a little bit like, you're late. And Holy Spirit said, when he comes in this house, you make a choice of how you're going to greet this man. Holy Spirit says, because you have no idea the things he's had to fight today. So even though you don't know why he's late, when he walks in this house, you greet him like the king he is. Then I hear the door turn, the key coming, and Holy Spirit said, it's almost time. When he comes in this house, you decide if you are going to be the type of woman who brings life or you bring a knife. So he walked in and I greeted him, I hugged him, I let him know I was so happy to see him. And he just melted in my arms. He said, let me tell you what happened today, what I've had to deal with. And it broke me down because there's a scripture, Proverbs 31:11. It says, the heart of her husband safely trusts her. When you endeavor to be a woman who follows the Holy Spirit will teach you how to love, how to be safe, how to be nurturing, and how to be the type of woman where a man comes home and he knows I fought out there, but I never have to fight in here. I'm home.
All right, so the main topic is going to be a video that she did, but I went ahead and played that anyway. Just immediate thoughts. We ain't got to be long and drawn out. Just what comes to mind. Y'all like it, y'all rock with it. I seen somebody in the comments and said that, well, her husband must not have experienced any infidelity because she wouldn't be saying that. So just what are your immediate thoughts?
Her husband created her to be secure. Like, yes, she felt a little bit of insecurity, but he gave her space to be secure. And her as well. As women, we overthink a lot. So like, I gotta commend her for trusting God and giving her, like, having that relationship with God and letting him lead. So good for her.
Yeah, I was going to talk about relationship skills because I was going to say on the last video that when you're by yourself, there's certain things you can't learn about a relationship unless you're in one. And I learned that especially. I actually love her and her husband. I follow both of them on all of their social media platforms. Awesome people. But yeah, if you don't know how to have a healthy relationship or relational skills, it's going to be hard for you to learn that on your own. Certain things you have to learn in a partnership. You're not going to learn by yourself or being single. And this has been my experience. So in a relationship is where I learned this exactly what she said. I lived it. But of course, there has to be a man that hasn't cheated on you a million times and you forgave him. If he's just a good man with a clean slate and you never had to experience that with him, there should be no reason you should have all these insecurities and he has to come home and argue with you. So I had to learn a lot of these skills personally. And yeah, I agree with the video. That's it.
Well, if nobody else has to say it, like, I mean, I was married for like 7 years, but at a young age, and not having the knowledge that I have now and the wisdom that I have now. And I wish I did when I was younger. Maybe I would have handled certain situations differently, but it takes two at the end of the day, right? My husband was also kind of like shady man, right? So it's a little shady. But I think as a woman, I could have handled it differently for myself, right? To bring myself peace. So what Shayna, what? Tell me, talk to me.
No, it's not about what you say. I was thinking about the topic because I'm thinking to myself, these are my concerns about this. Okay. So I'm thinking, like, just how late was he? And why he didn't just pick up the phone and say, hey babe, I'm running a little late. Work was a little crazy. Like, just the power of communication. Like, why do we have to guess? Just pick up the phone and just say something. Like, it could be that you're not out cheating or anything, but something may have happened. And I'm sitting here at home concerned about your well-being. Like, it could be anything. So what is the problem with communicating?
So Shan,
look, he was a little bit late. With some ladies, What do y'all consider a little bit late? Maybe just be 5 minutes. Come on now, we need to stop this.
Nobody's crying.
No. Look here.
No.
So you never heard sit there and seen somebody 5 minutes late. Oh, well, they're a little bit late. Okay, it's 5 minutes. Look, most people you get a 15-minute grace,
now,
right?
I've seen people who are mad because he is hours late. You know, I've seen women who are like that. Like if he comes in and it's like in the middle of the night, you know, or if it's just extremely long, then I've seen people get upset. But again, even if you have to, let's just say you have to work an extra hour or two, just taking the time out. So we all have cell phones at this point. Take a moment to say, let me just hit up my wife real fast. Just let her know I'm going to be staying overtime for a couple, or even let's just say he had to work it because it was just going. It was the moment he lost track of time. At some point when he got done, he should have immediately called her and like, hey, I'm on my way home. I'm still at the job, but you know, and like, bam, this, you know, that's just communication. Just let her know what's going on. Like, why is that so hard? I'm just trying.
It may not have been work. The reason why he's late, it may not even been work. It could have been traffic.
But I think her point is like she wants to know her husband is safe. Like anything could have happened. If not, forget cheating. He could be on the ditch somewhere, and I need to go save him. So how am I supposed to know if he's not gonna give me a call and be like, hey, you know what, babe? Like the weather's bad, whatever. Da, da, da. It's just out of respect. If you love somebody, you know that that person loves you. It's just like respectfully. I let my mom know, Mom, something's going on. We don't even live together, Mom. Outside is slippery. Like drive safe. Like it's just out of respect, you know.
And then I don't need money.
Maybe it's just the difference between men and women, I guess, because most men don't operate like that.
I was gonna add to that, Hank, because to answer Shan's question, I think she missed something that was very important with what that lady said.
Maybe I did. Thank you, Sweeney. Please enlighten me.
She said she basically said this is the first time that this has ever happened.
And that's even more reason. It's not normal.
Wait. Easy. Here's the thing. How men think, if this is the first time something happened, how is he supposed to know that you need him to tell you something like that if this is the first time it has ever happened? So now he comes in the house, she goes off on him. He like, well, I was late, but you know what I mean? Like, chill. Everything is good. See, what happens is what she could, and here's how she can get what she want, right? It's right, because I agree with you, Shan. When your man's late, you'll want a phone call from him. She greets him at the door, exactly how she did it. And then later on, she just tells him, hey, babe, I know you was a little late. I was a little concerned. I was kind of scared for you. Next time, can you just make sure you call me if you're running late? And more than likely, 9 times out of 10, he's going to start doing it because I did it. I didn't think anything of it because I'm just going through my regular day like normal. It just so happened today is a little different. I'm running a little late. I get home. We all good. And then she just came back to me and was like, hey, look, next time, can you just call me if you're a little late? Because I was a little worried. And that's what I started doing. And I started calling her like, hey, look, shop running a little late. I'll be home about 15 minutes late. But it's all in how you approach. Because if you would have came at the door with that energy, it would have turned him right back around. He like, damn, now I got to come home to this. And he didn't think he did anything wrong. In fact, he didn't do anything wrong because it wasn't a problem until it became one because it was never an issue at first.
So I think that this is so I've never had this happen. I don't live with a man. But what I want to say is I didn't realize that communication was abnormal. I thought that was just normal for people. If something, for example, if I'm doing something and it's not my normal behavior, I'm going to let, my son know, especially if I have a kid here, hey, mommy's running a little late. Okay. Or if I have somebody who could be concerned, for me, I'm going to let them know that, look, but that's just, I didn't realize that wasn't the norm for most people. But you are teaching me something new. Maybe that's just something I didn't know wasn't normal.
It should be, Shan.
I think communication happens when things happen.
Okay.
It takes things happening for there to be communication. If nothing happens, like even when you just described contacting your son, if you're a little late, I'm sure there was something that may have happened either to you as a child, to a friend of yours, or something like that made you think like, hey, I'm going to take on that type of mindset to call my son because I was worried when my friend may have told me this, or I may have been worried about something that happened. So now I'm going to contact my son. So that's the thing, is like most of us, if things are going well, there's nothing to communicate until something happens. And then you have a conversation about it. And like I said, 9 times out of 10, when a man gets that kind of energy where he's like, where she came to the door like that, very understanding, and she talks about, here's where the communication comes in. She voices her objections to some things that may have transpired. That's when you find out what kind of man you have. Because if he responds like, oh, okay, babe, I understand, I'm gonna make sure I call you from here on out, that's when you know you got one. But if you go and you go off on them, one, you create a level of you create a problem in your relationship to where he may not even respond positively to it. And then now you don't even know if he would have done it or not, because you've already created this problem in a relationship. So
oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. I thought you were
no, go ahead. I was
no, because I want to clarify. I wasn't saying I don't think that she should snap on him without knowing the situation. So I don't think that because I said he should have communicated that means I can, I agree with what she did. But my question would have, just to add something to it, is why didn't he call, basically?
I do want to add this too, because this can be a learning moment for somebody that's watching right now. Because how often do we assume that this person should know this? And I get it. Like, it's certain things. It's like, how come you didn't know that? Like this is it should just compute like this. And you can't prove whether they know it or don't know it. So you got to kind of take it as face value. So let's just say that they don't know it. You now have the opportunity to communicate with them and say, hey, this is what I like. This is what makes me feel safe. This is what I need from you. And then you will hope, then if they can execute it as Sweeney says, then it becomes a different situation, because now he knows, or now she knows, that this is what I like. And that's why we tell men they got to speak up too about the things that they need and want. Because if they don't speak it, you can't assume that she's going to automatically know. You would think that as human beings, we should all know this, but unfortunately we do not. And some people just don't have common sense. Like, some people don't think logical. Some people just can't see it. And I feel bad for you, even if you paint the picture and they still can't get it, then you got a different problem that you're gonna be having to do most of the thinking in that relationship if they can't at least execute something that you're communicating. So as we navigate through relationships and communication and understanding, it's not going to be easy, but you at least have to put it out there. You put it out there, and then you can evaluate to see what your next move is going to be. Because if they can't respect that, something simple as that, because you're saying, this is what I need. Now, this is not what I would like. This is what I need from you. And you will hope that that person can look at it from a logical perspective and not take it as a personal attack. Because a lot of times you tell somebody what you need, they want to go personal. What you need this for? What you don't trust me? I'm not saying any of that. But and then that's when you start to see that trauma come into play. So let's just make this a learning moment for anybody that may be watching, to start voicing the things that you need. But it's important on how you, sit down and say, hey, this is what I need from you, instead of just lashing out. Always ask, never assume, because you just never know. Even if it's some BS, you'd be surprised how much more BS you hear, and it's going to further confirm everything you need to know in that moment. You just be like, hey, I tried to call, what happened? And then as soon as you hear that weak ass excuse, you'd be like, okay. And this could be with family, Shan. This could be with family. And it got to be a relationship. You hear the old side, oh, this happened. Oh, I got too busy, I couldn't pick up the phone. Oh, okay. Anybody else?
Something. May I add, please?
Go ahead.
I just noticed that everybody was like, he. I mean, he doesn't know you're worried. Like Sweeney was saying, if this is his first time, why you just can't pick up the phone and text him? Like, I'm good for, are you alive? Text, ? Are you good? Text, like, real quick. I'm the one that's worried, so I'll shoot the text. I mean, why does it have to be him to reach out if you're the one that's worried? He don't know that. He in the middle of whatever ruckus he in the middle of, assuming he's not a serial cheater, like Balance said. So reach out. Are you good? You go, and then let him know when he get on. I was a little worried about you. You know what I'm saying? Next time, let me know something. I just feel like I can't relate with Jesus. I can't relate with Jesus. I believe. I just believe.
That's why that video, because we're getting it from her side, so that makes sense. So I would then ask them, well, why didn't you text him? Like, it just seems like the communication sucks here. But either way,
I agree. I agree, because I would have definitely been like, "Are you okay?" If that's, oh, this is important to us. We have dinner okay, y'all have dinner at this time. He's not there. Girl, shoot him a text if you worry.
I don't think that she was coming
I
off as
definitely agree. Let me go real fast.
God, she's like giving it to God. Like, that's kind of
right on. But did y'all notice how her default was to go left? That was her default. That was her default. But she had to talk herself down and get right with the Lord again and have a moment of prayer. She had to talk herself down because she knows she wants to. That's her default, is to go left. So look, like Cookie said, she should have took the time, and JL said, to make the phone call. You can't just assume everything. He's assuming, man, I'm just trying to get home so I can get to dinner, to see my wife and the kids, hug them and love them and say, hey, it was a rough day. Let them know about my day. That's what his mindset was probably thinking. Her, she had oh Lord, what's going on? What was happening? So she had to talk herself down. How am I going to address this? This first time he done it. It's not like Cookie said. He's not a serial a person that's normally late. He's not a serial cheater. I haven't had no issues. But let me come to a good place, because I don't want the whole conversation. I don't want to pile on whatever he went through at work or whatever issues he went through on his way home and make it even worse than it already is. Let me come to a good place. You know what I'm saying? Let me have my peace and then address him and then allow him to speak on it. And then I'll find out the reasons why he was late.
You know, just so you know, he did comment. Just so you know, he did comment and said, when she posted it and said, "You're an amazing wife." A kissy emoji is a gift from God. So he did. I think he got like 11,912 likes on that. So he did come in and support his wife.
As he should, but she still could have called them.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that could happen in between that time period, right? Like, you know, could have gotten into a car accident. You know what I'm saying? Could have caught flat tire, was on the side of the road trying to get it changed, right? Could have had any car issues, or maybe there was something that happened to somebody and he just stepped in, was there to help them, right?
What
There's like so many things.
But her answer was left and right, not mine.
No. I get that. There are so many things that could happen in that span of time, right? But also, when we learned at the end of the video, when he talked about, let me tell you about my day, you could also sit there and contemplate. He probably got news at work that they might be laying him off or cutting his hours, or there's a company merger. Now he's thinking, all right, like, these things are happening and they're all happening at once. I need to get my head straight and understand what I'm going to do before I get home and tell my wife what's happening, and that I have a sense of direction of how to navigate through whatever obstacle that is going to face us in the near or short distant future, right?
I get that.
Some men just get in their heads and they think that way.
I get that, but my thing about it is, her, out of her words, out of her mouth, it was, are you gonna come with a knife, or are you gonna be a good wife? Like, there's so much in the middle. Like,
So
I want
to ask you this, Cookie. So you mean to tell me that you never overthought anything in your entire life? You just was
in a relationship?
In a relationship, you never overthought it all.
When I was 20, yeah.
Okay, so I mean, she's an adult. The thing how I look at it, I'm more impressed that she was able to regulate it, because we as humans, we all feel things for the most. And I'm pretty sure, even though people online may not vocalize it, I think that there are some people that do feel things, but it may not come out on the outer. You know, that's them being able to regulate their emotions and being able to come into the situation with a little bit more logic, right?
Right.
Because if you hear some bull, like, it's been times I've been talking to somebody and I hear some bullshit, and I be wanting to say something, but then that's when I start to regulate and I say, I'm gonna go ahead and hear them out, because I have been in situations where I've looked like an ass. How I jumped the gun. I started speaking too soon, but then I learned the power of listening. Because if you listen, you'd be surprised how much you can hear, how much you can see just off of body language. Because when you look at somebody a certain way when they talking to you, you could just look at his demeanor and you could just see them just folding right in front of you. And you can look at them, you can tell they just lying to you right to your face. You know,
Right. I went to school for that.
right. So there's some power. So there's some power in just listening, even though you may know. But sometimes if you get all the information, I like to gather all the information first, as much information as I can. I mean, even if it's not in arm reach, I'm gonna hear something like, well, let me go hear the other part of the story first before I jump to the conclusion. That sounds like some BS. But you being able to assess the situation, as men, we have to be able to assess situations and not just act. But that doesn't mean that we're not feeling anything.
Right.
You know?
That's why I didn't understand why her
right.
two options were pop off or be
Well,
nice.
Well, what I'm saying is that she just vocalizing it to us. It doesn't mean that that's what her husband experienced. She's just saying she had a vulnerable moment. And I can respect the fact that she was at least able to regulate it and he didn't have to come home, because then we could have a conversation about it later. And then maybe he could move a little bit differently. Now, if she would have came out on some BS, it would have been a whole different story. But I think as humans, I think a lot of times people feel it may not necessarily have to be in relationships. You may feel like slapped the mess out of your child. Like, I can't believe they just did that. But you regulate yourself. You gather, like, okay.
You like that door slamming a minute
Yeah.
ago?
Yeah.
I agree.
Like, what's wrong with you? Huh?
Exactly.
Ever in your life.
Slam a door,
And I want to say, like, oh, sorry. I wanted to say, like, for the message itself, I think there's a deeper message to it, like what Peef was saying, regulating yourself. So, like, a lot of times I took a mindfulness class, right? And they made an analogy that this is our brain and this is the emotion and this is logic. So what happens is logic, whenever something like traumatizing or something happens or something triggers us, logic goes out the window and we just use our emotion. So, what she did was just so well thought out. She actually stepped back from the situation and analyzed it, looked at it from a bigger picture. And a lot of times we don't do that. So I think it's a little bit more deeper what she was trying to say.
But how many people don't do that?
A lot of people, a lot of us.
How many people don't do that? How many people get that headache? We're gonna go to Sweeney. Let me just squeeze that last topic in. I'm coming to you, Biles, after Sweeney, after I play that video. I'm coming to you, okay? Okay. All right, go ahead, Sweeney.
I think what Shane asked is a fair question, and I think Cookie, it was Cookie that asked it, right? And I think what happens is that we have to give people the same amount of grace we're willing to give ourselves, right? So the same reason that she may have asked, well, why didn't he call? Why ain't he calling me? Why didn't he tell me? If somebody like Cookie came and asked her, was like, well, why didn't you call him? That forces her to think like, why didn't that thought ever cross my mind to just shoot him a phone call? And then now she understands, because if she would have came off with that energy and she was talking to her homegirl, and her homegirl was like, well, why didn't you call him? Now she has to rethink about
she
why.
Got mad.
I wouldn't put it on her like that, but I would say that it would force her to actually think about, okay, if I'm willing to give myself grace for not thinking about calling him, then I'm about to give him the same amount of grace for not thinking about calling me. Because both of y'all may have had you have it in your mind that he should have called, he should have understood, he should have did this. Well, you had those thoughts and you didn't even make the phone call. So give yourself the same grace you're willing to give everybody else, the same grace you're willing to give yourself. And I think her going through her mind and talking to the Holy Spirit or whoever she was talking to at that moment is what gave her the grace to understand that, okay, maybe I shouldn't approach this situation guns blazing. And I think, and like JR said, is that we have to acknowledge that, because we can go on what else all day and try to dissect the reason why or the lack of communication. The thing that ultimately came out of this was they came out of it good. He's happy, she's happy. And whatever they did worked out for them. So I think that'll be the best thing for us to get from that.
I agree.
I mean, that's just like when somebody wrong and then they come back and they say, you know what? You're right. That shit is sexy. That's like, God, Can't believe it.
I can't believe it, Jesus. I can't believe it, Jesus.
All right, let me go ahead and I had to stop playing that. I don't think Balance like that one, so I'm about to erase that one off the soundboard. I take it off Balance. Maybe just on Thursdays. Yeah, on Thursdays. I'm gonna go ahead and play this video again. Proverbs 11:22. Like a gold ring in a pig's snout is a beautiful face on an empty head. The desires of good people lead straight to the best, but wicked ambition ends in angry frustration. Here's that clip. Y'all want me to be great again? Let me go ahead and reload that back in there.
Somebody on TikTok saying that, paraphrasing, we become a generation where we have made it normal to get dressed in our underwear like it's a normal thing. And a lot of people agree, a lot of people disagree. But from my stance, I really do agree. I believe that for me, being a godly woman, the reason why I dress the way I dress and I present myself the way I present myself is because my principles come from the Bible. And the Bible has a very specific scripture about discretion. And it says something like this: a beautiful woman without discretion is like a gold ring in a pig's snout. Now, why in the world would someone put something so beautiful in a pig? That would sound like a waste, right? So what is the Bible teaching us? That sometimes a lack of discretion can mock the beauty he gave you. Let's bring discretion back. Love you.
All right. Sometimes a lack of discretion can mock the beauty he gave you. Bring discretion back. What were your thoughts when you saw this, Balance?
I did make a video about this on TikTok because I was talking about women that do get ready with me or outfit of the day and they start with their bra and panties. And I made a video like, when was it ever okay to just be on the internet in your bra and panties? Like I would I would never be able to do that. My family, my man, nobody would ever let me be naked online. And I made a video and I had to delete some comments because there were some women saying I'm a pick me, you know, the usual. It's like they want their right to be naked. Nobody's stopping you from being naked if that's what you want. But then those are the same women that complain that men don't respect them and that men look at them as sex objects and they're not, and there are no good men. There are plenty of good men out here. And I promise you, they don't want women that have bra and panties naked online. And if I say that, I come across as I'm hating. I have a beautiful, spectacular body, and there's no reason for me to show it to the world. That is for my man and my man only. I don't need some strange men gawking at my body online. I don't need that attention. Like I'm there's a lot of people that are addicted to attention. And that's the issue with our society. People are addicted to this attention. They need it. They feed off of it. If they don't feel like they're getting it, they will go live naked. Like it's just something they have to have. It's a drug. Attention is a drug, and it's sad. So I love that she's able to correct women by using her own life experience. So she's not coming across like, y'all stupid, put your clothes on. She's not saying that. She's saying, I love you. This works for me. This is in the Bible. Here's the scripture. Like, this is why I follow her. Like, she's my big sis. And I agree on a lot of points that she makes because it's honestly, it's common sense. But sometimes common sense isn't common. So you got to take it to the scripture. And a lot of people are learning how to live their lives through society, through Cardi B's and Sexy Reds. So that's why they don't know, they have no virtue or they don't know anything about virtue. And it's sad. So I love when you have women like this to counteract all the Sexy Reds because we need it. We need it. And she does it with love. So not in a judgy way, but in this works for me. And let me help you, sisters. So that's what I like. But yeah, bring discretion back, okay? Please. Yes.
I think it was beautiful. I think like how she said it, what she said, like she even said the scripture so well and she explained it. Like it was very well put. Anybody, it can get through a lot of hard-headed women's mind. I think a lot of women are gonna kind of sit back now. It's like, do I kind of look like a pig? You know, a pig snout, like, you know, like so I loved it. I agree.
Cookie?
I totally agree. I'm tired of it personally. I being an educator, first of all, I don't have it in me to do that anyway, but I can't even hold up a drink online. without potentially getting called in to see my supervisor. But the discretion part, I never understood the point of it. But the crazy part about it is, for me, and I don't want to sound like a flip flopper, but the crazy thing about it for me is somebody's still liking it. So it can't be only women correcting this. Somebody's giving them attention. And I'm trying to figure out who are these knuckleheads that keep making these females think it's okay to have a thong on the internet. So I personally agree with everything that she said. I had a father. My dad is passed on. But he made sure with 4 daughters that he was very clear about what a lady was, with the debutantes and the manners classes and the which fork and all of that stuff we had to go through. And then, being outside, we could build houses too. We're well around it. But I just don't understand where that generation went and where they went wrong, where they feel like they have to do that. I, you know how Miss what Balance just said, I have a beautiful body and I don't want to show it. I feel like there's a lack of that mindset. I love my body too. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna be my cheeks gonna be clapping on the internet this weekend. I think that the self-esteem is low in some of these females in reality, and they need verification from strangers to feel like they're good enough. And I like what she said, and I think discretion is very well needed. And anybody that doesn't agree with that can jump in the pig pen with the rest of them. Personally,
Go ahead, Shan.
Did you see my message in the back chat? Real fast. Look, you already know how I feel about trash culture. I talk about it every week. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I don't know when it came into town, but it needs to leave ASAP. I'm so over it. Like, I don't want to see your boobs. I don't want to see your butt. I don't want to see everything in between. Like, it's just getting ridiculous. I'm so over it. I'm tired of talking about it. I hate it. Please bring modesty back. Please.
and you know what cringed me the most about what Balance said? I don't know why I want to keep calling her Bianca. She looked like my teammate Bianca. But anyway, Balance.
What?
You get called a hater for or names for be like, why you naked? Now you a hater. Like, what? And then you like, I don't have no reason to be hating. I'm just telling you the truth. Like, what? That grinds my gears. You a hater. You're a hater. Okay, well then, that's what I am then.
I mean, we come to a point where like money is so powerful. Like, you'll do anything for money, and you want followers equals money. So people want followers, and they want to expose themselves. And some people, that's their talent. That's all they have. So they're going to use it, right? And like, I'm not gonna knock anybody's hustle. Like, do what you have to do. That's just not for me. Like, I try to stay away from that side of the internet. Like, I think I came across like my booty hole brown and all that stuff, like that stuff. And I'm just like, yeah, that song, those songs were just like, for me, I'm already sick of it. And I'm starting to realize whatever, like, a lot of people are putting power to these people, giving them power, giving them money, making them famous. I'm not going to be one of those people. Even if it's like one in the whole world, I'll be that one, and yeah, I don't know, man. It's a lot. But even men are now like today. I was just scrolling, and I like fitness pages. So this one guy literally in like very tight pants, and the thing is in between his legs, doing the little hip abductors, and it's like in my face. It's in my
trapping. That's disgusting.
I will send it. I won't send it to you. I sent it to my friends, and they were just like, "Girl, like, yeah." I just couldn't do it.
Y'all know one of the ways I vet men is by going to their Instagram pages and seeing what kind of women they follow. Like, if you go to their page and it's a bunch of half-naked women, when you scroll through their follows, who they're following and what they're looking at, they're like, he not for me. That's another reason I'll be inside. Because you'll get a date and then you go look and it's just like, okay, he nasty. That's what he want. Then I ain't it.
There's a guy on Instagram literally he says, stop, brother and sister, let me pray for you, right? And like this, I don't know if you guys know, but anyways, in my DMs, asking me very raunchy questions. And I was like, and he has me on vanish mode. So like, even if I put a screenshot, it's like they'll tell him, right? But he's saying these things and I'm just like, he was praying for me just now. Like, what are you doing here? No. It's this world has just gone to shit. And like you just have to be, I don't know, away. I steer clear.
Yeah, it's like you wanted to get some healing. You need a healing? Let's get some of the men on this. Go ahead, Jay. What are your thoughts about it, sir?
He's probably talking about that Marvin Gaye type healing. That's what he's trying to do for you.
When I get that healing.
And I'm so sad because so many people look up to him, and he has like thousands and like 400,000 followers. And these women probably think, oh yes, brother, like this is a good man. And like this is what he's doing.
Is this Derrick Jackson?
No.
No, I'm joking.
The guy who literally he holds a stop sign and he's like, stop. Let me pray for you for a minute. Like
it's a hustle.
Like I'm, donate this, and like he's videoing himself giving stuff to people. Like there are people like that so I can't even trust the internet. So maybe these women who are showing themselves, like, I don't know, maybe they go to church. I don't know. At this point, I'm like, what is what? I don't know.
You gotta understand, like everybody has their hustle. You just have to be able to identify it in different arenas, whether it's somebody hustling stocks, whether it's somebody hustling real estate, whether it's somebody hustling scripture. You have to be able to identify who's a hustler. Nobody that is great or trying to do great things is busy on the internet saying that they're doing great things. They're too busy being great in their personal life. Nobody has time. Nobody has time to broadcast how good of a person they are because they're too busy actually being that person and executing those characteristics in real life. It's okay to say, put yourself out there a little bit, but somebody that's broadcasting it, somebody that's going out doing all these different things to get your attention, like what he did, the stop sign, boom, that captured your attention. That is him. What I say a lot, I say, with us men, it's just different variations of us offering you penis. You know what I mean? It's just, that's all it is. Whether he comes at you, oh, Cookie, I see you're a educator. He's just offering you educated penis. You know what I mean? Like, so you have to figure out, you have to be able to identify it. I see it, but like attention, that's all it is. Attention is currency nowadays. So you used to have to get attention with skill. Now, all you have to do, depending on if you're a male or a female, there's this chick, yo, and me and my homeboy used to laugh at that. We found her probably like 2 or 3 years ago. You know how people do unboxing? Oh, I bought something. She would literally be scantily clad, unboxing stuff. And then, we looking at the technology at first, but then we like, hold on, dog. She's arching everything pushed up. You know what I mean? So it's like, come on, fam. We know what's going on here. You know what I mean? She's selling sex by way of the iPhone 8 or, some new camera she's unboxing. This ain't about the material. This is about you. Because please believe people's hopping up in her inbox like, oh, how's that camera? Niggas, what it really is. So that's how she hustles. There's another chick I noticed on with video games playing 2K. You know what I mean? She's hustling through 2K. Like, yo, I can send you a video. You pay me this. Everybody has their scam. You just have to be able to identify it. You know what I mean? Focus on the people that's doing the work and not broadcasting. Identify those and keep an eye on them. They won't even know you looking at them, but just observe. People will reveal themselves. You know what I mean? You should have baited him. You should have baited him, yo.
I mean, I went to. It's so funny because what he was writing, I screenshotted it, and that's how I found out. So he's like, "Oh, why you screenshotting my message?" I'm like, "Oh, it was by accident." But I sent it to my friend who follows him as well because she used to send me his prayers. So when
What?
so when I said to him, I'm like, "Are you like, you asking me all these like sexual questions? Like, are you like? I'm just wondering. Like, I'm confused, right?" He's like, no, I'm definitely celibate. You should also wait till you're married to, just like he switched up his whole game. So I mean, people goes to show like how we came to the subject in the first place. Like men are also doing that. Men are thirst trapping or whichever way. Either it's towards like not wearing clothes. I've seen men literally wearing really short like basketball shorts, but his D is like touching the bottom of it. It was just like I've seen so many, like he's like doing all types of things and the thing is just going up and down. I'm like, what is going on? Men want attention now. I'm seeing so many men now just like posing and like carrying this like selfie stick around everywhere and just like popping in. It's like, today has been a great day. Like I worked out my back, I did my hamstrings. Men are doing this too. So like, yes, right now we're living in a generation where it's all about social media. It's all about like capturing people, So I don't know. It's just a different generation for us. We're just old school, I guess,
So you might got to change up your following a little bit.
Okay, your name is Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay, your name is Jesus.
That's true too.
I literally
You know what I
had to
mean?
go in and do work to change my algorithm. Like it took work, and I'm finally at a place where I get comedy, uh, Lapeef stuff, tonight's conversation, like just positive stuff, because I was getting upset when I opened my Instagram, and that was a problem for me. So I literally had to go in and change my algorithm. It take a little work, but you can get it done.
Because I hate to say this, no shot. Your algorithm is a reflection of you. You know what I'm saying? So if you got dudes in there doing a little dance, making a helicopter, you're gonna see more helicopters in your algorithm. So
Well,
you need
yeah. Well, what I realized was because I ran track, and a lot of athletic men who work out were on my friends list that are professional athletes or football athletes. Then all these regular Joes came up because they were some quote unquote athletic in that same category, but they're not actual athletes. So I'm like, how do I keep my real friends and keep these busters off? So I just have to block every time I see them. And finally, it got to the point where okay, they stopped popping up.
because all of us, I mean, as far as males, I'm sure we've gotten that inbox from that pretty chick selling Forex. When you look at their profile, I sell Forex, blocked. Yeah, I already know what it is. You selling,
Those are the new scammers.
There's ones where the guys are messaging, yo, I just can't right now. This is so funny. Sorry, because there's a guy who goes around like cities to go massage women. So these women. I don't know if you guys see it, obviously. Like,
absolutely, of course.
and I messaged him like, you know what? Good for you. Like, this is some of the women. I get it. I guess they're older women and they want that love or whatever it may be. They're paying for it, whatever. But like to have it out of, I just don't know.
To let him post it is the problem,
Post
man.
it,
No,
yeah.
no, no. Don't get it twisted. That's a porn industry. Those
Yes.
women, they're all in on it. The women, the men, the massage, they're selling that as if come get a massage, but no, they're recruiting.
I think Lewis.
They all know each other. They're recruiting.
Sorry.
Stay
Yeah,
away.
I gotta run real quick, but I did want to say one thing before I left, and I wanted to end it on my perspective note on the video. I agree with a lot of what everybody shared. Everybody brought a really really good point. One of the things that I'm going to look at it is more from a historical arc, and sort of we have found a way on this beautiful Sunday, God's day, to remove religion and God and spirituality at times out of the conversation for most people in their community. So they have no cornerstone, no foundation, no no underlying principles that kind of keep the glue of the nucleus of either their family, the community, etc. together. And therefore, keeping on that same sentiment, we've also parade the idea of women being more promiscuous and wearing less and less and less. Now I see chicks just show up in like a thong and in a skimpy bra to like the lounge or the club or wherever the space may be. They're showing up to graduations looking like that now. I don't know if you guys even seen pictures of that.
The mesh look. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And we've gotten to that point, and then you also look at where a lot of men have they don't really want to fight for that. They really don't want to revere that. A lot of dudes don't. And so what you're starting to see is the kind of the underpinning and the decay of the fabric of our society, people's morale and how we view, hold things that are meant to be protected and perceived in a certain type of light, right? You used to kind of have the wandering mind. Now you don't have to wonder. It's just right there in 3D, 4D, whatever angle you put it at, when the sun is out, right? So that imagination is gone. And you could see the type of like dynamic that people have outside of these type of conversations, how we interact with each other with society. And I think that is really telling about how, we're kind of crumbling within because of some of us have lost our way and fallen from grace and don't have a sense of value system to bring back discretion. That's all I got.
So I'm college educated, but sometimes I hear words a lot of times, and then I like, man, I heard that so many times, but I don't actually know what that means, right? So I looked up the definition of discretion, right? And it says the quality of behaving or speaking in such a way as to avoid causing offense or revealing private information, right? And I thought about what Balance said regarding these women that dress the way that they dress, or like she said, they were doing what did you call it? The outfit of the day or whatever. And I thought about it and I said, well, I guess the thing is that to them, it may not be not showing discretion because they don't feel that what they're doing is offensive to those that are online, giving them the likes, sending them the money, and everything else. In their eyes and through their lens, everything is just fine. Here's where it goes wrong for a lot of those women, is what Balance said in the second half of what she said. But you expect the men in your real life to respect you. And that's why I try to get people, because I understand you're going to do what you want to do, right? If you want to get online and be half naked for 10,000 likes or a few extra $100 or some super chats or whatever, you're going to do that because that's what you want to do. It's not offensive in that space. You just you find a problem when you're no longer getting the results that you want. And a lot of people do the things they do, not realizing that, hey, this is going to yield a specific type of result. So what they don't realize is that those very same men that you don't feel like you're offending because they like what you do are the exact same type of men that you don't even want. You don't even want them. You want the man that cares about, that wants to present himself in a certain kind of way, that want to express discretion, that want to not put his business out there in the street and everything else, but you don't realize that you're not that type of woman, which goes back to what that one guy said, that love is becoming the person, is becoming what did he say? Love is becoming the best person or something like that. If you're not that person, you can't expect the people around you to be that person either. And that's where a lot of women start to complain about the men around them, not realizing that the way you behave is what's attracting these men. And you're never going to attract the type of man that would take offense to that. And you would never attract the type of man that you would take offense to the type of behavior that those men are expressing in your DMs. That's why you get the lows of the lows as far as DMs. That's why you get the guys that come in and shoot they shot in the most egregious of ways. Because that's the world that you live in. That's the world that you invited. So maybe right now you may not believe that discretion is needed because you're making a quick dollar. It's all good in the hood until you want somebody and you want them to be all good in the hood.
I want to add on to what he said because that's absolutely correct. But also, just a little caveat: it goes both ways. For the men that get online and they're like, "I want a woman," they want a high quality woman, but they're not that. They're angry. They're bitter. They're online talking down to women. They're single dads. Listen, don't get me started because there's a lot of men like that online. In my opinion, low quality men, but they think because they earn a certain amount of money that they're not. So it's
That
like
part.
they're like, oh, but I want a high quality woman. We don't want you. We don't. Just like you don't want low quality women, high quality women do not want low quality men, regardless of 6, 7, 8 figures. I don't care. P. Diddy got how many figures? I don't want it. And I'm just telling you right now, I just wanted to, because I like balance, because I love that we're talking about women and we're talking about yes, that's true, but it goes both ways. So men, please, the angry red pillars, whoever you are, please know the high quality women that do exist that you may want, we don't want you. Okay? I'm gonna leave it there.
What exactly is high quality man?
Oh Lord, child.
There we go.
Well, I was just joking. I can't.
I know, because that's gonna go another hour.
High quality, character, integrity, respect, honest, loyal, real, upfront, transparent, kind, loving, transparent. I don't have to. If you don't tell me something that you know I need to know, like you got 7 kids, it's like you have to be transparent about certain things. You have to tell us these things. Be transparent. We shouldn't have to dig, and I shouldn't have to ask, hey, are you single? And you're like, yeah, but technically you're not divorced. It's like I don't have to say, are you not divorced? Like you have to be transparent and give that information. Like you know what, just like you guys know what a good woman is, men know what a good man is, and it has to do with your character and integrity and respect. Please respect women. Please respect yourself. Okay.
I agree with balance.
Men with discipline, I think, is a high value man. Like you have a discipline, like what do you do every day? Like, are you just getting up in the morning and playing video games, or what do you like to do? What's your morning routine?
And wait, I have to say this. I'm sorry, because it just came to my brain again. You know how men are like, they don't want women that's been with a whole bunch of men. Listen, if you don't have penis discipline, you're not high quality. I have to say that. I don't care how much money. If you cannot control where you stick yourself, you're not a high value man.
I agree with her.
See,
how do you control your sex demons? How do you do it? Because you could be a good person on the street, but behind the scenes, you're a whole freak. You're a weirdo.
It's sad to find out you with a weirdo.
It's sad. It's sad, honey. Oh Lord.
Especially if they like disguise it well.
I think the difficulty in this is that I think women view men through the lens that they view themselves.
What is happening here? Do not turn this.
Let me explain. A guy, like I say this all the time on King Talk. It is very hard to tell a man what to do if women are rocking with him. It is extremely hard. Let me explain. And this is what, like, I don't think y'all understand. Like, when we go at, like, do you know how many times, you know what a guy would tell me if I told him, hey, man, I see you out there. You done pull Balance, Fee, Cookie from Empire, everybody. You got all of them over here, but you doing them all dirty, bro. You doing the shit wrong, man. You need to change what you doing. You know what he gonna say? Because he gonna look at me and see I ain't got none of y'all. He gonna say, first of all, I'm gonna need you to get some women before you come over and tell me how to deal with women. And I think what happens is that women look at men through the same lens because it's like y'all sit there. For a man to even get women, he has to be what women want.
So yeah, wait a minute, pause. So they sanctified. I'm not as sanctified. So you saying it's a problem that we don't want dirty dick?
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is it's very hard to tell a dirty dick motherfucker that he can't get women, that he need to change what he's doing if it's not changing his outcomes, the outcomes that he has with women.
Just like the naked women online.
Exactly. It's hard
Okay,
to
I
go and tell
understand.
it's hard to go to them and say, you need to stop doing what you're doing online because what you're doing is so wrong. When in reality, she like, ma'am, my money, my bank account full. I got all these guys over here. What you got going on? You single? You like imagine the lady telling the woman how to be a woman, and she be like, girl, you've been single for 4 years. How you gonna tell me how to? And I got men beating down my door, and they've been sending me money, and I'm doing all of this online, and I'm getting what I want, and you trying to tell me how to behave?
Well, real G's move in silence, like lasagna. That's Lil Wayne. But I'll tell you this: women do have. We don't want dirty D. We don't. However it goes. So, is there some kind of way we can
It
find a
depends
way
on the
to
woman.
get rid of everybody in
Mhm.
this category and just make a
Well,
category for
considering the
people?
fact that most men don't have that level of access to women where they can bag as many, like a ton of women, it's not hard to find a man that doesn't have a dirty dick. Like it's easy, like because most of them don't have that.
No, okay, it's not about a dirty dick. A man, I think, okay, that too. But I think a lot of men, even if they can't get sex, it's just like their thought of like all they think about is sex. Like you can't get it, but you're like thinking about it, and you're just like over there like porn addict, and you just kind of like you want to try all these things. Now you have this nice woman. Now all your freaky thoughts are coming out, and this woman is not really like she's just kind of like held back. Like, hey, like, do you have discretion? Like, I get it, you have these freaky things, but you're trying to get women. Okay, you want a woman from church, but then you also want a woman from strip club. Then you want like both best of both worlds. However, like you don't know how to kind of present it to her. A lot of men are very creepy. Like I don't know if anybody can co-sign that, but like, yeah.
Man, look,
There's some creepy
let
men.
me let the heathen out of it. Let me let the heathen out. I don't understand this shit. Look, I'm not gonna lie. The reason why these women are getting all these likes and stuff, and it's because of Sweeney and Jay, because they hitting that goddamn like button. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not judging you guys. I love you, brothers.
Me in that, bro. I don't hit nobody like button.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's no judgment here, Sweeney.
Me in that.
That's why Jay ain't saying goddamn word.
You can see, man, like the people that follow you see. It's like we being recommended the same one, so you see who likes what.
We know, and that's okay. It's okay. Look,
like, I stopped liking pictures because somebody told me I see the pictures be like, I'm like, damn.
I don't hit nobody. I don't hit nobody. Like
I'm not gonna sit and hold you. I like some big ass pictures. I guess I'm part of the goddamn problem too. Shame on me. Y'all pray for your brother. Send some holy water my way to Kentucky. But look, man, we gotta act like there's nothing wrong with you being a freak for your lady. Now, if you out here freaking every goddamn woman, that's a problem. But I say it all the time. I'm a devourer, and I'm a nasty motherfucker with my lady. I'm gonna do everything that I seen on them movies when I used to look at with Jada Fox and Carmen Hayes and all that shit. I'm doing that with her. But as long as we're her and I'm not making myself a community dick and like Biles said, out here trying to get STDs or giving STDs and doing all that, as long as your show was her, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think so. Now maybe it's just me and just the freak in me.
No, I don't think
I can accept that.
Be a freak. It's
No,
fine.
that's not a
Like,
problem.
openly doing it, or like kind of like talking. A lot of men don't know how to talk to women nowadays. A lot of times, they just say the most outlandish things, and women run away. And when they do run away, it's like, oh, you're leaving these good men behind. Okay, to who? Good men on which spectrum here? Like, I'm just confused because they're not good men. Just
the ones that
on papers, you don't know that.
Jay, I'll mute me. Okay, a freak coming out. I'm sorry, Jay.
I think it's easy to.
No, it was just for the feedback.
I think
Go ahead.
I think it's easy to say that because I think the ones that are the most confident to come up and say reckless shit are those people. But if you don't see the men that don't approach because they don't want to say nothing crazy. They don't want to say nothing ridiculous. In fact, half the time they don't know how to even approach in a way to where it doesn't come off as kind of creepy. But the one, like I remember there was this, I went to this restaurant and there was this beautiful woman at the counter, right? Now there was great men walking in and out the door, right? Great dudes, you know what I mean? Pulled up in nice cars. You know what I mean? Got their kids with them, chilling, they no problem or whatever. And even the ones that were single. The person that decided to holler at her was the guy that I guarantee he was probably homeless. I guarantee he was probably homeless. The dude pulled up on a dingy black bike. Shoes weren't matching, mismatching shoestrings, dingy jeans, and shot his shot at her.
What's wrong with that, Sweeney?
Nothing's wrong. No, there's nothing wrong.
She can tell us no.
No, but what I'm saying is that oftentimes women will sit there and look at men and be like, see, all these men don't know how to speak to women. All these men, the dirty D and all of that. But in reality, the ones that do have the discernment and stuff like that, they may not even approach you. But we never see the ones that don't approach. We always see the ones that do. And the ones that have a lot of confidence, they have that confidence for a reason. Because they get the response that they want. And then there's some that don't get the response at all, but they still can shoot all day, every day because they don't care. But the ones that do care, more often than not, you don't even see them.
Well, this is what I don't because what we hear is that these guys don't talk to these women. These guys are scared to approach these women for whatever reasons. That's all we hear. I heard from the young men, they don't even want to talk to these women. They're scared to approach them. Why? Me too. They just never know how to talk to women. I hit them on Instagram and try to sneak in the DMs. That's not talking to a woman, not to me. Having a conversation with an individual is actually talking to them, looking them eye to eye, and having a real conversation. Me going back and forth texting on IG, I don't consider that talking to a woman. That's a waste of goddamn time. Because she could just tell me any goddamn thing via Instagram. I want to see your body language. I want to see your eyes. I want to see how you respond to when I share with you and talk to you and interact with you. That's what, to me, having a conversation. Now, if ladies, if y'all don't like that to happen, then I see why y'all never meet a goddamn man.
Yeah. Shit. Dude. No, I think honestly, it depends on like intentions. Like right now, I'm intentionally dating where like I am weeding out those people, and I'm starting to see like 1 in 10 men who do know how to talk to women are coming forth now, because I'm looking for that. A lot of times we always say what we don't want, and I was doing that for a very long time. Now I'm more so saying, okay, what do I want? This is what I want, and not I'm more focused on what I want, and I'm starting to see it more and more, and I'm starting to like kind of like see, okay, there are quality men out there. You just really have to kind of like focus, tunnel vision, and just like recognize it when it's there. So, and I realize the quality men who are there are more like very much in tune with God. They're like, you know what? I can get any woman I want. I know a lot of men who can get any woman they want. Women are throwing themselves at him, and he just kind of like brushing them off like this. And I can respect that. That's just the turn on for me. Now I'm just like, I'm intrigued, and now I'm scared now I am kind of like scared to go to him and talk, like, even though he's giving me, hints that he might be interested in me, and we're talking about going to church together, just like as friends, which is cute. But now I'm like, okay, how do I say I like this person? Or like, how do I be like, okay, I'm attracted to you? Like, I'm kind of like nervous now, right? So, yeah.
Wait.
What?
You don't tell them that.
So
Actions
you
speak louder than
understand.
words.
How old are you, Fee? If you don't mind me asking.
I'm 32.
So you can understand how seeing. So you can understand how seeing somebody at that this amazing guy, and you intimidated and like, whoa, I don't know if I can. But you don't understand how you might not get all the DMs. You might not always find the right person, because the right person may not be just as like you weren't as confident approaching the right guy. How the right guy may not always be as confident approaching you.
Oh, I understand. I see what you're saying. I do. I understand. So like,
a man is not going to spend time with you or go to church with you if he doesn't have. Now, I'm not saying it's always good intentions, so watch yourself. if he's not plotting it's either a good plot or it's a bad plot. That's what you have to figure out. But as far as you being like, oh, I like you, you don't really have to do that with men, because they wouldn't even waste their time. They don't think like that. He wouldn't come near you if he didn't. You know what I mean? Yeah. So don't overthink that part. That's all I want to say to her.
I guarantee you, if you went up there and told that guy you like him, you'll open a whole lot more doors.
Balance. Why you ahead?
I would never tell no man I like him. I'm sorry.
Oh Lord,
that's crazy. That's like you're setting yourself up for failure.
Actions speak louder than words.
What are you talking about?
There you go, Jay.
Man can tell me he liked me. What am I going to tell a man I like him?
We grown now. We grown. We gotta start saying what it is.
I don't have them issues. I don't have issues like.
But hold on, Balance. I think it depends on where y'all at in the relationship. You know what I'm saying? If you're in and you ain't told me how you feel about me, and even though I may ask, you still wouldn't say, Balance, how do you feel about me, ma'am? You wouldn't share that with me?
You're talking about something completely different than the conversation. And you tend to do this.
I'm sorry, I guess I'm lost. My bad.
She talking about Fee's current. Well, what she's saying is that she's intimidated.
I'm sorry. I apologize, Balance. My bad.
No, but I like what you said earlier, Hank, about what you do with your woman. I agree with you 1,000%. You do that with your woman, not every woman.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I respect that. Okay, just so we're clear. Yes to that.
No, I ain't gonna. No, everybody don't get this good loving. Just my lady. Just my lady.
If my man could be got by any woman, I'm completely turned off. Like, why would I want you? Any woman can have you. Ew. Okay.
Oh yeah, that makes him commodity dick.
And I think
I wanted to shed light. Okay, so in regards to that, I have this situation where, like, I guess I'll just say my friend that I know, right? She's with a man, and they've been together for a very long time, 10, 15 years. But they used to have a really great sexual relationship. It was great. He was, he loves sex. She was able to match his, like, satiate his hunger and all that stuff. But now she's kind of like sick, where she like developed a disease, not sexually transmitted, by the way. It's just kind of like she has lesions and whatnot, right? And it's painful for her. So she doesn't feel comfortable having sex. However, that's pushing him away now. Like, no matter the love that's there, this sex that he has, this hunger for sex that he has, she can't satiate it anymore. She can't feed him anymore, right? So now he's kind of using that as an excuse to cheat. Saying,
Are they married?
Are they married?
Are they married?
They're not married.
Oh no.
So we had this conversation before. It's called outsourcing. Outsourcing the cheeks.
Are the legions on her hands or her throat?
Sorry?
I was just about to say I didn't want to get crude on Sunday. Balance go. She better get on her knees and do something other than pray.
Right.
I think the reason why I asked, are they married, right, is because one of the vows is in sickness and in health. So whether the lesions is on her throat, on her hands, we know that women's bodies do a whole lot of stuff when they're sick. You know what I mean? Their sex drive may not be there. You know what I mean? It's the same for men. Like hypertension can cause erectile dysfunction. You're not capable of performing the way that you would like to perform. And I asked the fellas on King Talk again. I said, what do you do if your woman can no longer have sex with you and you're married to her? And me and my wife talked about it. I told her, I said, when I'm done, you done. And when you done, I'm done. This is it. It's all she wrote. If I can't do it no more, then you done. And if she can't do it no more, then I'm done. Because that's what we signed up for when we made the vows. So no, he's wrong for going out his way to cheat on her. Well, they're not married, so they have no damn vows. So it's a little harder to digest. But if they were married,
they have kids together. I it's common law, I guess. At this point, they're common law. It's not before God, obviously. So that is another reason why. Because if he had God in him, or if they practice God together, he would understand, like, hey, you know what? Stick by your woman. Be there through sickness and health, right? And stick it out. That's just not one scenario. Another scenario where at work, my coworker, he left his wife when she was because she had to take off her breast. She had breast cancer. He left his wife because he's no longer attracted to her. And they've been together for 40 years. And they were married. I'm just saying, like,
He
That's
should have paid for
absolutely
new
wrong.
ones.
That is absolutely wrong on his part.
yeah,
And
I'm
I
like,
don't know any man that would be extremely wrong as a man to leave your wife in her time of sickness because she can't give you sex. That's wrong.
and that's my point. I think like people who are very sex driven, and that's just like you're just searching for that, and that's these worldly desires you want. Like there's never gonna be enough for you. So you're always going to it's always gonna be your loved ones in line for you to get those things. So
That go both ways though, y'all. I know females, man. That's why I be inside. They'll cheat on their husband and have side piece men because they husband depressed or going through a rough patch. I'm like, you are sick in the head, ma'am. Like that is wrong. And I hope he finds out. I'm not a snitch. But I hope you get divorced and get nothing.
Hey, we gotta close it out, y'all. I know people got to get up out of here. I mean, I'll stick around. Just go ahead and just close this out. Advanced Perception, $2 says they blow up just like the scene from Goodfellas. Embrace the Grace, $5 says it's called internalizing and assessing the situation at hand. Not every situation needs a response. The response is a response. Clement Gray, $5 says, lady, stop talking discretion when you let your man see you naked. If he's not your husband, stop claiming verses from the Bible you not living by. And Into the Black Dragon, $10 says, what I'm hearing from women here is that no matter how many times we've explained, Red Pill explain, Manosphere explain, men were on the panel explain, and you hear something completely different. I think everybody has contributed to the platform so far. Jay, I know you gotta get up out of here. Anybody gotta get up out of here? Y'all can go ahead and leave now. We smooth.
yes.
Sweeney, you want to?
I was just gonna say.
Peace
I
out.
forgot what I was gonna say. Honestly, I ain't
All
gonna
right,
lie to
Jay.
you.
Okay. Well, it was great. Happy Sunday. I hope you guys have a great, great day and a great week. Hopefully what happens next week, I'll be back. But it was amazing. Thank you guys.
It was amazing, y'all.
Bye.
Same to me. I gotta go watch film. Thank you for having me, JR.
No problem. I'm gonna go catch this Dallas game, I guess.
Oh, so they are playing right now.
Yeah, so I had to choose myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had to choose myself. Because care of yourself is self-care.
You gotta stand on business.
All right, y'all. Y'all enjoy y'all.
Maintaining your beard isn't just style, it's self-respect. A well-groomed beard boosts confidence and leaves a lasting impression. Elevate your look. Embrace the importance of beard care today.